All right. Hello and welcome to Rolls of Fate, Chapter 2 of Hero's Path. Unfortunately, some of our players are AFK, as you can see by the empty seat, or not even here yet, as work has kept them late, or possibly sleeping in. Who knows? Last time, our heroes, as we taken a 2-week break to come into the beginning of the year, our heroes fought the necromancer Ericus, or as some like to say, Askis, on the Raven Queen's temple within the sliver veil of the Shadow's Veil, a pocket dimension between the Shadowfeld and the Primaterial Plane. Once defeating Ericus, they defeated a demon and his summoned cohorts that he's brought in. Unfortunately, one of the players' characters has fallen, as Chagrin was felled in battle. At the moment they went back and they were greeted as heroes, they gathered together to bring him back from the dead using one of the clerics' raise dead spells. They offered their tributes to try to coax the spirit back, and as the ritual did not take, whether Trogren's spirit was unable to come back or wanted to stay on the other side, Trogren was announced dead and buried in the Hall of Kings, much like the other heroes. Over the next 3 months, our heroes ended up moving into a noble manor in Stonebriar. Throughout the lands, they've become decently recognized as the heroes of Erendore, causing this plight and this plague to be over. Within Erendore, the temple districts and the undead completely destroyed and eradicated. The temple districts are starting to flourish once more as they bring in outside people to rebuild, repave. As more acolytes show up, the temples grow, and more clerics are starting to show their faces in Erendore. As Chapter 2 is called Rise of the Divine, buckle up because it's going to be a fun ride. We're going to start with Drazaha, since everyone else is currently FK. Drazaha, during your 3 months since the defeat of Ericus, you've helped the Temple of Bahamut be rebuilt within Erendore and Stonebriar. You've gone back and forth. You mainly focused on Stonebriar, as there are people to take care of the one in Erendore. As you are working on the one with Stonebriar, you met a blue dragonborn by the name of Kokina. And I might have butchered her name, excuse me. But it is Scylla's character. She is a cleric of Bahamut. She's actually a cleric of war. She is what you would call in the creation of the society as the Talon of Bahamut.
Ooh.
Since she is the cleric of war.
That's dope.
Yeah. She runs with a small group called Twisted Valor. They work for Cerberus, hunting down monsters and killing monstrosities in the local area. Just a kid, honestly. About 16, 17 years of age. From there, you've done some research on the Knuckle of Bahamut, who's had it, where it's come from, and I've, of course, already given you that information. And one night, about 2 weeks ago, prior to the game, currently game time, you were meditating in your room within your manor on Bahamut, and you feel yourself ripped from your body, taken straight up into the sky, as if you're floating. Staring around, you see clouds all around. You see the sun cresting up over the sky, the horizon, as the beams of light hit each and every cloud individually. You can almost see the sun itself take the shape of a platinum dragon. Just this echoing shadow of it. As you try to squint and make out what the form is over there, you see an eagle fly from your left side. As it starts to fly in front of you, you feel yourself pulled to that eagle. As you now see from the eagle's vision as it dives through the clouds. Flies over Stonebriar, heading west towards Erendore. As it flies over the city and the area, the temple district that you guys have vanquished, it flies over through the marketplace, up to the port side. circles around the city a few times. You've never felt so free in your life on this ride, if you will, as this eagle is flying. It headed up to the northeast towards Castle Grey. As it circles around up there, as Castle Grey is the Grey Keep, or Castle Grey, is where soldiers go and train, and it's basically the backup army for Erendore that not many people know about. It breaks to the east from Castle Grey to the mountain range. Within the mountain range, while flying along, you can see hill giants looking up, some trying to throw rocks at the eagle, some raising their clubs and shouting in giant at the eagle. As you fly through, you see other Denzians, a couple goblins here, some harpies tearing up some goblins. As the vision swoops into the air and dive bombs like it's going after its prey, and you find yourself in darkness. From there, you hear a deepened voice that seems to echo within a chamber. "Why, hello. What is it we have here?" As a flicker of light starts to shine, you find yourself standing on gold. Lots of gold everywhere. You see weapons, armor, different types, different colors, ceremonial, regular. Armor that used to have bodies in it, but they're so far dead and decayed that they look centuries old. As you start to look around and your vision starts to expand more and more, you see the edge of a large tail just twitch a bit, and a wave of gold goes flying in front of you. As you regain your composure and your balance, you look over to your left, and there you see an ancient silver dragon. From this silver dragon, you see it kind of look down at you as if it's trying to understand what you are. Being that you are an eagle, but yet you are also in your form. You see the dragon disappear in a single scale float from where its location was. As you see your knuckle of Bahamut floating in front of you, and the scale touches the knuckle, and another crack appears in it, much like when it was known as the Morningstar Burial. And you wake up and find yourself in your room.
Okay.
This shit's heavy.
That, my friend, is your Vision Holy Quest to get you started to basically awaken Bahamut's knuckle.
Oh shit, Ming.
Bells is not here. He's still currently at work, and no Roland. So we will continue on as we go. Silvar. So far, you've reaped the benefits of 225 gold pieces.
Sweet.
That is your 10% cut. As you've got a 20% cut, but 10% of it gets dumped back into a mix of all of your compatriots you've brought in. Mm-hmm. So they get their cut from the guild, and then you give them an extra cut to stay local. Excuse me. The guild took almost 2 months to get up and going. It's still small.
Makes sense. Mm-hmm.
A lot of it is basically just information sold. A lot of it is not really much of a thieves guild due to the laws constantly watching everything.
Of course.
As you've got your thieves guild up and running with the other guy currently running it for you. The bar upstairs is still just a bar. People get to come, hang out, play games or whatever, and that's where the information goes. One-Eyed Jack was never found.
Correct.
So you were unable to rehire him as you originally wanted.
Did I find out information about exactly like what he was doing, or?
Rumor is he died in a street brawl somewhere in Erendore.
Okay, that was fine.
Roughly about a month and a half in, your brother tells you that it was been his life goal since you never returned to find you. But now, before there was you, he had a calling in his life. And as noble birth, he is the rightful ruler of the Elven Kingdom once the royal family was wiped out. There's a succession of like 6 different families, and all of them were wiped out during what happened when he was gone with you and your father. Of course, you weren't born at that point in time. But he was found by a small covenant of planeswalkers that know of the Elven Society, know of their darkness, and they were the original ones that trained up the kings of the Elven ways from the Feywilds. So he told you that he had to literally take a walk. While doing this, he's going to learn that his powers of a planeswalker, how to control it, how to use it, and when the time is right, he's going to return home and take over the kingdom and return the Elven capital to what it was.
I'll be waiting for him.
And when the day comes, he hopes that you might be able to aid him in that.
Always.
He said, keep an eye on your friends. Keep them close. Because they are like family, not just friends and compatriots. Find Father. We will need him for that fight. But I will contact you when I am able to when I get back. I don't know how long I'll be gone, but I can't imagine it'd be too long. But unfortunately, no one really knows how to control time in the Feywild. With that, you said your goodbyes, and Xanthus steps off into the night. Has not been heard since. You called in a favor of the king. Come to find out, your brother already called in his favor of pardoning your father.
Okay.
Your father was unfound there. Your grandfather was even held in contempt and jailed for a little bit because they thought he had something to do with it until the investigation proved otherwise. He was kidnapped and taken from there, at which point in time, 3 days before this game began, you received that letter.
All right. Fucking batch it. Okay.
Within that, you met a young squire named Orion, a human paladin of the Raven Queen.
What?
Just a young boy who seeks out justice for people. He's a paladin of vengeance. He does not take kindly to injustices in the world, and he does not believe much in the rules of laws of society, but to the point of the wicked must be destroyed, period. And if that breaks the laws of society, then it's not my society. He claims to be a bringer of death, and that he will. And he's trained with you and sparred with you. He trained over in the military district. With that, he was one of the first acolytes within the Death Whisperers. The Death Whisperers are a group of acolytes or followers of the Raven Queen that hear the cries, the sobbing, the prayers of the people who've lost someone of innocence. And the Death Whisperers reach out and make sure justice or vengeance has been dealt. And that is something else that you wanted to get started as well.
Mm-hmm.
Every person is vetted and made sure that, yes. And if there were rewards for that person's death, bounties or whatever have you, then the suffering family receives all of it.
Sweet.
As you have requested. Your issues, on the other hand, are your misadventures of randomly going after people that you feel personally that deserve it, even though they're vetted. Mm-hmm. You managed to piss off a noble by killing his brother.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows it's connected to the Raven Queen's tower, but he doesn't know, or the temple, but doesn't know how or who.
Okay.
So he's constantly trying to figure that out. Then you also have these random objects of people you specifically have killed popping up in your path. Or in places they shouldn't be. To the point of 2 or 3 people that you killed a while ago appeared on the Chancellor's table or the chair, excuse me, the High Lord's chair. And they tried to figure out what exactly that was going on, but there was no evidence to go any which way.
Okay.
So Vask, you have been down a rough road. In this rough road, you have seen a vision of a dwarf based in life. A cleric. A powerful cleric of life. Erendore tells you that there is a war coming. A war unlike other wars. The divine barrier is cracked. They have found ways to seep their darkness back into the protected veil. You must seek out others. Paladins, clerics, anybody who will band together and fight in the sight of light. Find this dwarf, and you get this vision of what Roland looks like. He is surrounded by many friends. He has warriors of other gods with him as well. You will aid them, and they will aid you in the coming battle. You will look for Drazaha, the brass heart. Silvar, death's hand.
I know that guy.
Roland, the lightbringer.
Ooh.
And their compatriots. So when you woke up from your little vision overnight, you head out. Your journey takes you to Stonebriar, so far west and south from where you originally are from. And amongst that, you go up into the Temple of Bahamut, first temple in the Temple District. And right outside, you see Drazaha as he's commanding, telling acolytes where to go, as he's in between giving instructions on sword play and how to rebuild the temple and what should go where to make it appropriated for Bahamut itself. You introduce yourself, and you get kind of shined on a little bit, kind of like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it moved him to AFK. Hang on.
That's what happens.
Is it bad that I just I'm so quiet that it pops me in AFK?
Possibly.
Sorry, we're listening.
He's like, I was listening, I swear. With that, you find out that he is a paladin of Bahamut. And Sir Vask, if you wish to explain your background to Bahamut as you first meet him and as you guys talk, is a cleric, just like Roland, but not quite like Roland. One thing you four have in common is your gods have pushed a feeling onto you that the time has come, that a major brewing, a major storm is on the horizon, and the rise of the divine is now. Silvar, you have researched up onto a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
There is such a weapon. Rumors and stories of an assassin who holds that weapon.
Currently?
Yes, currently.
Oh.
He has been last seen, actually, in Erendore.
Oh.
Not the city, but the district.
Yeah, kingdom. Yep, the district.
In Kuros. It is
How
the
do you spell that?
Kurous. It is
That's
the
the
south.
person's name?
No, that's the city he's currently in.
Oh, the city. Okay.
It's where he was last spotted.
It'd be impressive. This assassin was last seen inside of this person.
Right?
Well, depending on the person, that might actually be true.
Yeah.
From there, Saravask, you were introduced to Roland. You guys carried on your conversation at needs be, as Roland's busy with his church and the paladins that he's currently raising up. Little lights, as they're called.
The wee little lights.
Yeah. So as we gather forward, you guys are able to spend a good month and a half with one another, getting to know each other and becoming friends. And with that, you guys are sitting in your manor, and it is just you three currently, as the others have not approached from where they were. Conversations to be had, questions to be asked, answers to be given. What do you guys do?
Sorry, did anyone else get chills? I just got chills. Maybe because it's cold, maybe because I'm still sick, or I don't know.
Good story, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Am I currently living with them in their manor, or?
You are currently
Like, yeah,
staying
we
there.
went into-
Okay.
So during that time, sorry if you already said this, but when did we run into Servask? A month in, or was it 2 months in?
It was a month in.
A month in. Okay, so I did
Yeah.
hear that correctly.
You guys have...
He's been with us for a couple months.
Yeah, you've known him a couple months. He's been very helpful, helping both temples, helping both acolytes. You've recognized some roguish skills on him, Silvar.
Hey.
So he's kind of like taking a shining to your bar. He loves to play games,
Sweet.
and he seems to be fairly good at it too.
Servask, what was Servask's? I guess since I'm during these last couple months, I'll ask you right here is what is your favorite game? Like, I figured like during those 2 months that we got to know you, I would have asked you, like noticing that you're like playing these like said like games in the bar.
Well, I'd say my favorite game would probably be a Game of Thrones. A coin flip, if you will.
A nice 50-50.
Aye.
Or do you see it yourself as 100% of the time?
Hmm.
Do you enjoy the rush of the coin flip, or do you feel as though luck is always in your favor?
The coin flip or the roll of the dice.
So a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So when he first approached me, was he intimidated by me and Kaldaka? Real talk here.
Very intimidated. God damn it.
Okay. Went
Alright, good. You're doing
from
good,
like
Tom.
an Irish to Russian.
Yep.
With a slight accent of German.
Hey, it's his own. That's his own accent right there. It's three mixed together.
Here's from the. So where
He is
in
from the
which
north.
do you actually come from? Yeah, that was just
Yeah,
thinking.
that's
I was
what I was
like,
gonna say. He is from the north, so.
To be more precise, Ashide Gates?
Oh
Does that
wow,
pronounce-
you're that far north?
Yeah.
Yeah, the borderlands in
Taking
between the Orc Empire and Erendore.
Yep.
Those pigskins.
whoa. I need to be racist.
Do you really pigskins? They're filthy creatures.
They're racist. They're racist.
Is there a bit of racism like in his voice there? Is that, or is it just you? He believes them to be lower than he is.
Yes?
They're
Yes,
just
and
filthy
yes.
creatures. All
Got it.
that they do is just sit around all day and eat, fight barbarians.
Do you not eat and fight?
A little bit more civilized than throwing food in my mouth.
I guess everything's in the eye of the beholder.
Beholder, where? Some like PTSD flashbacks on this.
I was waiting for the joke right there.
So I'm going to I'm just gonna go ahead and describe my room real quick. My room is very, very boring, very bland, with a really large doorway. I've had them remodify the door so I don't have to duck
So I don't have to duck.
or turn sideways to get in.
Right.
Nor does Kaldaka.
Does this house have a roof access to it?
Yes, it does. This manor, I want to say, is probably about 6,800 square feet. It's got room for 3 carriages, 3 full-size carriages, You don't have any carriages.
No.
24 horses.
have
You don't have any
horses.
horses.
Oh, we don't have any horses. Got it.
Nope.
Besides Kamataka.
Who?
He's not a horse.
There is a guard's shack, which will hold up to 6 guards. And then there's a servant's keep, which will hold up to 6 servants. The property itself is 10 acres.
Wow.
You are in a very nice property given to you by the King of Erendore as his thanks.
So
There's a wall, like the wall around Ericus's old place.
Yeah.
There's a big stone wall with little barbed spikes up top to, detour
How,
people
how
from
tall
wanting
is
to
that
climb
wall?
over. The wall's 15 foot tall.
Okay.
So I feel very weird being here, right?
Yes and no. They do make you feel at home. I mean, you're given your own room. There's 8 rooms in here. There's a training area. There's a library that's basically empty. There's a little garden outside the back area. The kitchen is huge. So,
Speaking of kitchen, do we have people? We don't have any. Do we have any servants?
nope, that lets you
Like,
pay
people
for
that
them.
work in the house? No, not yet. Okay, so
Nope.
we've been cooking our own stuff.
Yep, or just buying rations and eating them like you're adventuring. Or going to the local pub and getting something to eat.
I'd like to think that we at least have a good amount of bacon in the house, considering that's what we consume a lot of. And Sir Vask has been invited in and joined in on said bacon eating that the group partakes in, that of course Bells is normally disgusted with. So there's like, when Sir Vask first entered the house, I'd like to think that he like caught this like slight hint or whiff of like bacon lingering in the house.
It's just a
If
perpetual
all that
smell.
if you guys
Yeah.
are always eating bacon, it's gonna be a wall of smells that hit me.
So,
We eat other things, but bacon is like, you know how people garnish things.
Oh yeah,
with,
yeah.
You
Like
know, mint
bacon wrapped
or
burgers, bacon
things
wrapped
like
hot
that.
dogs, bacon
Yeah,
wrapped steaks.
ours is that is. And if not everybody, it's definitely at least Silvar. It's like that's his. He's going ham. I got
Going
the character
ham.
like, eating bacon this morning.
Bacon
Yep.
wrapped ham because pork on pork.
Yep.
yeah, because why not? I mean, bacon wrap bacon. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Hell yeah.
So while you guys have roughly about 6 days worth of meals left within the house,
Okay.
generally a lot of the food starts to go bad after about 8 days anyways. A lot of the meat is smoked, so it can last. There's no such thing as a fridge in the medieval days. I mean, you have your
Right.
bag of colding, but you kind of keep those on you guys, so...
Yeah.
a lot has changed in 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Within the 3 months, for instance, Bells has not really been around the last 3 months. You've heard rumors of a sanctuary where dryads, rangers, and other druids have started to gather as a druid circle's reappeared back up in the north area, where there's a drunken primal protector guarding that area who seems to brew his own wild berry wine.
Oh, we know.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, you know.
we know him.
With that, you've really only seen Bells probably about 2 weeks out of the 3 months. And that was a week at a time, and then he'd be away, and then come back for a week at a time and be away. You guys are supposed to meet together to figure out what you guys want to do and go from here. You have a house that, if you all are going to stay here and do something, you guys should probably get some servants for it, get some guards for it to make sure your stuff stays nice and clean. The house itself is 3 stories and 1 basement.
Ooh, we have a basement too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Basement is
Sell
a
it and
workshop,
buy
like
dope
a
items.
blacksmith shop's area.
Yep.
You guys have a stables, but again, no horses. So this is a really nice, upscaled, noble house. And you guys,
Roughly, like, how large are our rooms?
your rooms
Wow.
are probably about 30 by 40 foot.
30, 40
Holy
foot.
shit.
Yeah, they're freaking huge. It's a noble's house. There's plenty of room in it. You know, they didn't have closets back then, stuff like that.
How,
So
how high are the roof?
the roof goes up to
ceilings
10
of
foot.
Okay, 10 foot tall.
Yeah.
I'd like to think, and maybe we'll roll for this later, Jimmy, because I'm not necessarily using them now, but Sylvar implemented some of his things that he used to have at the tower.
Mm-hmm.
His own little compartments and stuff in his room. So.
Speaking of the tower itself was burned and partially destroyed.
Yep.
But the deed was left. And High Lord Thalon, Merrick,
Hey,
or
I know
Mercer,
that
excuse
guy.
me. He basically left the deed to you guys.
Oh wow.
And one of the final questions that the king asked you, so you guys could be recognized, was a conversation 3 months ago taking place, stating that now that a majority of the Crimson Jaegers are gone, and new alliances have been made, what do you guys call this group that you have now formed?
I just have a question before we even get to that.
Yeah.
Is the dog that was in the tower dead?
Yes,
Mastiff?
the
That
dog
was
in the
forgotten.
tower was dead. Turned back into a figurine of Wondrous.
No, that was just the Mastiff.
No,
that
it was just a dog.
Oh, that's
Mastiff.
right.
It's
That's
just a
right.
fake
Yeah,
dog.
he died.
Yeah.
That was rescued really early on.
Yep, he died.
No.
Back with the transgressions, with the battles and everything, and they were on a witch hunt to find people. Drazaha, the old High
Yes.
Lord, the Storm Lord himself. It's been rumored that he goes from place to place. Hasn't gone too terribly far, but there is a bounty on his head,
Oh, sweet.
just so you know.
Stormlord, the guy that was overseeing this one,
Galphanax.
that one that freed us.
No.
No.
That's
The
the
one
one
that
that
sent us.
killed Bell.
Yeah.
The
The one that-
Dragonborn High Lord that took over for a while.
10-foot tall guy.
Yeah, he was also one of the ones that allowed us to leave.
Yeah.
He allowed us to go to Erendore.
Yep.
He busted down at the bottom of that cave and was like, "I'll hold them off."
Oh, was he down there?
Yes, he was down there.
Oh, okay, I don't remember him being down
No.
I
The
thought it
high
was
that
just,
wasn't the High Lord.
Yeah, see, told you. That's
That was
somebody
the
else.
Mercer's buddy that died.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
That was see.
Mercer's
There was
brother.
Mercer and Mercer's brother that was down there, Gracchus,
Yeah.
Okay.
and Gracchus
Okay.
died in the battle where you guys fought the demon. The High Lord was the 10-foot tall blue Dragonborn
Yep.
that killed Bell and strung him up, tossed his head at your feet.
Noted.
Mhm.
Noted about that bounty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, there's 1,000 gold piece bounty on him.
Heyo.
So, as you guys are sitting around the table, chilling and relaxing, what are your plans for this day?
What are we gonna call ourselves first?
I know. let's sit down and think. I guess brainstorm a name.
Robin Hood and his merry men. No. Sorry, scratch that. Trademarked. That's a good question. One that we're gonna have to come up with an idea on.
Yep.
A later date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
don't
reason
wanna
why is
spend 2
because
hours,
you guys are going to be recognized
Coming in, yeah.
as heroes within this name. The only 2 people left of the Crimson Jaegers is Sylvar and Roland.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody else has died, disappeared, or left.
Fucking A. It's been a real fucking journey, man.
It has been.
Holy
Your guys'
shit.
character's prologue is now over, and
Yep.
sitting back, waiting for that bacon to finish cooking, with nobody in the
Mhm.
kitchen cooking it, so it might start burning soon.
Oh, I run over once, like, if I even get the hint that it's starting to like burn, I start darting over there. You know, fuck, I'm cooking the bacon. I'm standing there with it, cooking it, and I don't know where Drazaha is, but I know he's in the house, and it's an empty house, so you could be like probably hear it echoing, and I'm just like, hey, Draz.
Hey, Draws! Hey, Draws!
I'm cooking bacon. Do you want some?
Sure.
I'm picturing it's like early morning.
Yep.
Like I yell, sure.
It's roughly about midsummer, and it's early morning. The sun just reached up over the horizon. The town's starting to come alive. In the morning, it's still a little chilly, as Erendore's evenings are chilly, but it's going to be a generally hot day. The last month has been decently hot to the point to where you guys haven't even walked around town in your armors, just fine clothing.
Okay. Well, I just want to point out that I have my armor and stuff on now.
Yeah.
Does Stonebriar celebrate a midsummer?
They do have a summer solstice party that they do. It's
How's it
actually
happening?
a week away before it.
A week away. Okay, cool. Let me.
I like to imagine I'm wearing a large portion of my legs are wearing leg armor, but I don't have my chest armor on.
That's fine.
No shirt, just giant muscle dragonborn just walking around in armored plate legs.
Hey, Servask, you want to join us?
For what?
Bacon.
Can I have something else?
What do you want?
Go ahead and roleplay. I'll
I'm
be
just
right back.
yelling from the kitchen. I don't know where anyone is. I'm just shouting.
Tired of bacon.
Just eating bacon, bread. I'm assuming we have like potatoes, like some of that stuff's easy to get. I would like to think that Bell's hooked us up with like a little garden beforehand, so at least we can have like our own tomatoes that we're growing and shit like that. Like, so he said the solstice festival is in 1 week. We got to do that. We got to do some festivals.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like Roland just awoke from his slumber.
What else do you got?
I have to ask the DM what else we bought.
On a side note, what do you guys want to do for like our first?
Dude, first like non Crimson Jaeger mission.
Yeah.
I say we like check out the it's early morning, so we need to go for a drink first. Right? Morning drinking. I feel like that's something we'd do. Oh, that's our name, the morning drinkers. The morning alcoholics. No.
Well, not only is it morning drinking, but you guys have full access to the Noble District.
Yup. I'd like to think we'd look up the job board too. Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you, Jimmy. What else did we have like in terms of food? Because Servask doesn't only want to eat bacon. I was saying that we possibly have like bread already made.
Yeah,
I'd also like
you
to
guys
think
have
that Bell's
6
hooked us up with,
days
like, a garden in
full.
the backyard for our own like fresh vegetables. So
You guys have 6 days full of food, not just bacon. I mean, you got 6 days of bacon, 6 days of all this other stuff too. Just real quick, something I forgot to cover.
Sure.
The temple, the former temple of Erendore, is where your Thieves Guild is currently, Silvar.
Oh, is where mine is? Okay.
And it's
got it.
called the Whispering Winds.
Whispering Winds? Got it.
Yes.
One thing that Roland and I talked about is did he ever bless the ground of our new place and Ericus's where it was hollowed?
Yes, he did do that.
Okay.
Sweet.
He'll be
So
here
he blessed,
shortly.
like, this whole place, yeah.
He
I just got
overslept.
a message from him. How do you spell Evandra, or is it Avandra?
Avandra. AV.
Okay.
Andra.
Okay. Cool.
There's a
So-
couple taverns you can go to in the Nobles District. There's the Raven's Nest and the Knight's Mare. Or you can go down to the Merchant District or the Residential District.
Cool. Well, it's up to you guys.
Well,
We could go morning drinking, or we can actually get stuff done today. I mean,
are you all sitting around the
considering-
breakfast table?
What's up?
Are we all sitting around the breakfast table, or are we still shouting through the house?
I'm still shouting until you guys say you come down. I don't know where you guys are at. I'm in the kitchen cooking right now, so I'm shouting. I'm like cutting up tomatoes. With I have a regular iron dagger I'm cutting with. I'm not even using like the kitchenware. I was like I'm like slowly chopping the tomatoes with like a dagger.
I'm getting ready to do my ritual, my daily ritual where I go down to not the Noble District, where the Church of Bahamut is, and that's where a lot of the homeless and the poor, they come to the Church of Bahamut, and I have a thing set up up front, and I daily for the past 3 weeks. I've been creating food and water for the homeless and poor.
We'll join you in that. Like, we'll walk down there with you.
Yeah, I'll follow you, 'cause
Nicely.
if we're doing anything,
I'd like
cool,
to
you
think
know.
from time to time we'd like go there with you. And side note, real quick, Jimmy, you said that Whispering Winds is the name of the bar, or it's the name of the guild.
temple.
That's the name of the bar above the
Okay, the
Thieves
bar.
Guild.
Got it. Thank you.
I don't necessarily create water if we still have water, because the water never disappears or goes bad.
Yeah.
So,
You know, a lot of the acolytes see you guys using their powers, and you guys notice that the acolytes, which were able to heal like 1 or 2 hit points, basically, with their minor healing and their believing, are starting to branch out as you see new paladins arising and new clerics arising from within Bahamut, within Paylor, within different sects of religion. They are coming more and more fruition, which everybody knows is a balance. Generally, when good starts to rise, it's because evil is also on the rise.
yes.
But as you are
The Force.
constantly creating food and water for, I mean, they will line up for blocks and blocks until everyone that is homeless goes there to get food.
Greetings, friends.
Sorry, I just
And at that moment, Bells walks into the mansion.
Oh,
Full of
Bells
bacon.
walking.
like
Greetings, friends. Long time no see.
Bells, in your drunken state, as you've traveled from your long lost dryad companions, seeing that the road kind of winds left and right, up and down, and spins around a few times, but
Stop it. I can't handle this right now.
you walk in and you are confronted with the smell of bacon.
God, fuck you guys. Why?
right when I hear this stumbling and like drunken murmuring, I already know
Where's
it's
Roland?
Bells.
I got something to show him.
Oh god.
At that
Roland,
point, you're Roland
honey,
upstairs. just
I
going,
made
"Oh
you a
God,
thing,
oh
man.
God."
I've been working on this the last 3 days. And,
I'm sorry.
Scared of us.
Oh man. Wow.
So
This is all Roland talking to. We hear
in-
as you hear Roland start to yawn and come down from upstairs, he's like, there's smell of bacon. Roland's currently in the air. Bells, you're over the last 3 months, Bells, you've only been to visit them 2 weeks, and it was a week at a time, and it was spaced out because you've been busy up in the sanctuary and brewing.
busy.
Have you been busy brewing? You've also been learning the art of the plants, if you
Drunken
will.
master, that's me.
You have been training closely with the druids, and upon reaching 12th level, you will be able to spend 2 of your wild shape forms to turn into a plant creature, shambling mound or woodwood. As of right now, you only have access to elemental forms, and those are pretty nasty.
Yeah, that's cool and all. I could do tree shit, but here, Roland, drink this.
would Servask have met Bell in that week?
I want to say you've met him. Give me 1 second.
Who the fuck is crackling?
I have
chips?
That's
no
Roland.
clue who's
Roland.
messing with chips.
Has to be Roland.
Has to be Roland.
He's just walking as quiet as he can.
Like a little mouse.
Just rip the band-aid.
I'm so tired.
Says
Bells,
Roland.
your armor was completed.
Yes, narrator in my head. I think my armor's been completed. I'm gonna go that way and get it. As I walk into a closet. Strangely
then-
dark. I think someone casts darkness on me. Oh no!
Right when Bells yells that, you hear Silvar yell from the kitchen, "Someone get Bells out of the closet again!"
It's 2018. That's totally all right.
It's actually, what year is it, Jimmy, in our game?
It's 5:45
I'm
AW, and it's roughly July 5th until I finish my calendars.
Alright.
I'll help Bells out of the closet.
Roland,
What,
I don't need your help. Demon spawn.
your church
what
of
are you
Paylor over the 3 months has been built up.
I'm
You have a
sorry,
total of
Rick.
about 25 acolytes
I don't think I know who you
and
are.
3 clerics that work under you.
Sound in my head talking about clerics.
One of the clerics that works really close with you is a promising upstart. His name is Lucian. He's a half-elf. He started as an acolyte, and he was originally homeless, and you took him in. He was working with Thorm and you closely, and your once mentor was re-blessed once again with the power of Palor. See, he's not being quiet that time. Just get it done and over with.
Yeah, you got Rick, man.
There's like time to move all this shit off my desk. So I've got like 8 bags of candy here.
Reconnect everybody here.
Very healthy.
So,
I got a Christmas. Get off my back.
Thorum, excuse me, has been blessed once again with Palor's light. Although he's too old to go out and wield blades, he's been blessed as a cleric, like you. You did a lot of research to obtain information about Bibi, Caradan, and the Soul Forge, and I've given you that information. What really offset you was one day Drazaha introduced you to another figure, another human, who had a holy symbol as well. Now, you recognize the holy symbol, but you've never seen a cleric of it. Throughout the studies and your research, it is a holy symbol is a cleric of Erendore.
I don't think I've even heard of that one.
So with that, Drazaha brings Servask up to introduce to you. At your church, as you're standing out in front, getting ready to do a service about Palor. And that's where we're going to do this little roleplay skit, as Drazaha brings Servask the first time he meets Roland.
Where am I?
So this was months ago, right?
Yeah, this was months ago. This is
I just want to double check.
a little backstep since somebody overslept and we missed the very beginning of the game.
I'm sorry.
You better be.
It's all right. It's just like rolling.
Oh, you missed some cool story for everybody else.
Oh fuck
Especially Drazaha.
yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
catch
most
up
of my
later.
shit's just fucked up shit. So. What's new?
So I'm gonna go ahead and walk up to Roland and be like, "Hey, Roland, before your service, there's somebody I'd like you to meet."
All right, I've got a minute for John.
This is Servask. He came into town looking for you. Figured that might pique your interest a little, so.
Sure thing. Pleasure to meet you, Servask. I'm Roland.
Hi, Roland. What do you do? What importance do you have in this world?
What do any of us
Do I
do, friend?
Do?
I was told.
Can you elaborate, I guess?
I was in a low point in my life. I was told to come find you. That when I found you, I would find another way.
You were told to come find me, specifically?
Yes.
Huh.
Or she had said a dwarf basking in the light in life. And you are the most famous one that I know that does that.
Right.
So I'd imagine it's you.
At that moment in time, Roland, as soon as he completed that, a bright flash goes before your eyes. And before you, you see all of Erendore burning. Destroyed. Just from Stonebriar east. Just total and devastation. Even up on the mountains look like charred cinders of nothingness. To the west from Stonebriar, you see the last stand of Erendore. You see hundreds, if not thousands, of clerics from each sect of good God, every follower. Out towards the destruction and the chaos, you see shadow You see evil clerics. You see darkness starting to engulf the world. You see the sun goes from the sky and slowly comes down in between you and the darkness. As you feel a warmth fill you up, a deep voice enters your every being. Roland.
Hey, Dad.
There is a time that is about to be on the horizon. The divine barrier is cracked. Much like you have seen many good works, more healers, more followers of good gods, evil gathers as well. You're into a dawn of a new age, the rise of the divine. Gather your allies where you can and prepare. One day soon, a war shall find itself across this world. And the clerics will be the ones to lead the war and hopefully save Arteris.
Good.
With that,
Roland.
the light ends and you see Servask as if he asked you a question and waiting for an answer from you.
Alright, what do you want me to do?
Teach me. Teach one how to be a weapon. I'm guessing that's what Erendore wants.
Yeah, sure. You can come with me. I'm assuming you didn't see what I just saw.
No.
Different time, different place.
So over the next month, you and Servask, actually the entire group, have come to accept Servask as a friend, as he's a fellow believer in a good god. Erendore is of goddess of luck and change. Game of chance, if you will. But still good nonetheless. He has sought out your ways of healing. Certain healing spells that you used, he's like, whoa, how'd you do that? And asked you to show him and to teach him because he doesn't know a lot of healing. As
Bryce, how much incense you got?
as the as the time goes on, you guys have all grown to be good friends, and to the morning to where Silvar is starting to cook up food. As I've stated to everybody else before, the people who showed up late, you guys are currently held up in a noble's house that is on 10 acres of property. It has 6,800 square feet, 3 stories and a basement. It's got a wall going around the perimeter of the property. It has a area to have some guards for the campus and an area for servants, but there are no servants, there are no guards. You even have a small stables, which will hold 24 horses and 3 large carriages, which you do not have any of.
Besides, come back.
So with that,
Aldeca doesn't stay in stables.
you are now caught back up to where we are when Bells walked in and went into the closet.
Alright,
There we
so
go.
this is at the end of our 3-month
This
time.
right now is at the
So-
end of the 3-month.
So if I'm not mistaken, this is my last day that I have to use Hallow on some part of Stonebriar.
Yeah. And my understanding is you did it on this property, you did it on Ericus's property, your church, Bahamut's church,
The cemetery,
the cemetery.
and then I wanted to do the courtroom where,
Yep.
all of the High Lords gather. Because, that would be bad.
You get a blessing. You get a blessing. You get a blessing.
Basically.
You get to die in righteous fire. Welcome to the club.
The one in the courtroom, though, is going to be the where nobody can teleport in to it.
That works. So with that, you
I need
guys
one more
are
level.
sitting around the morning table with bacon and eggs cooked and other items served up for food.
Torque, you didn't drink your
Man,
lunch
yeah.
last year. Try this, Roland.
I'm like this is my first time in months getting up late because I'm usually up really early before even dawn because that's the high point for praying for Paylor. So I'm usually up before dawn, and this time I'm up like 11. I'm like coming down the stairs squinting like, what year is it? Is that Bells?
By then I've already fed the homeless.
Yep.
Yeah, by 11 he's already fed the homeless. and
Is that Bells?
What's Bells? Hey, Roland, I got you a thing. Come here, man. Try this shit out. This is good. Somebody cast darkness over there, though. So, be careful.
Don't you think it's a little early to be drinking?
Huh? What? This is breakfast, dude. It's fruits and berries here.
Actually, Silvar was talking about doing morning drinking, so this might be
I'm
a
there!
opportunity.
Woohoo! Did I mention I loved you? I missed you guys. It's been like
Man.
2 weeks since I saw you.
They seem to really know how to party there in the sanctuary.
What? I don't even remember where that is.
Fair enough. Neither would I.
Drunk Bells.
So, you gonna try some of this shit out or what?
Yeah, fuck it, whatever.
Food's done.
Lad?
I yell from the kitchen.
I'm not gonna take a whole bunch. I'm just gonna take just a swaller.
So, Bells, which one
Yeah.
do you give him a drink of?
Oh, that's a good point. I don't remember. You're gonna have to randomize. Just do a roll random and see which one he pulled.
Oh my gosh. Now I gotta
Great.
backtrack on the messages I sent you.
Okay.
Constitution
roll,
saving throw.
roll 1 through 6.
A D6, no problem.
You just drank some of the brew of strength. I hope that one fucking burns.
So, Roland, you take just enough to get a mouthful, and it burns your throat. It burns all the way down, and it rests in your stomach.
As a dwarf, it burns.
As a dwarf, it burns. As it rests, it doesn't it's like on fire, literally. The type of berries and mixture that's used, it's an allergic reaction to the inside of your body. It's not an actual alcohol.
That'll put some hair on your hair.
So as it burns and it hits your stomach, you feel your stomach expand as if you have 20 or 30 pounds of weight in your stomach all of a sudden. It just knots up. And you feel incredibly strong. Your heart starts to race, and you almost have that berserker type of... You feel
Not
very
too bad
alive
for a
and very
barely
strong.
won and brew, huh? Good.
What is that?
This is weird. I don't like this.
I'm laying down everyone's plates in front of them. I don't know where Roland and Bells. Where are you guys standing at while we're
Right
sitting
there.
down, getting ready to eat?
In the kitchen.
Oh, you
okay.
guys
Chilling.
are in the kitchen.
Just chilling. in the kitchen.
Then since I saw you hand
Folded
Roland
like
that, I just
like a Rick
looked to Bells.
Sanchez falling on the
Let's go.
table.
Bells, what did you just give him?
Oh, a little bit of that, some more of that, and
That's not an answer.
I dig through the bag and I can't figure out which one it was. I don't know, it was one of these.
in the bag, you see.
What color was the bottle he just pulled out when he said one of these?
In the bag, you see 6 small barrels of alcohol.
Barrels?
Small barrels, yeah.
Too much time on my hands.
Woo!
Too much time on my hands.
Oh, Roland's drunk singing. I like this.
Give him some more.
Right?
All right, we're handing out plates. We're eating breakfast. So, what is the plan for today?
Well,
Were there plans? I just woke up.
Roland,
Well,
Roll.
Yes,
We're having a
Sir Vask.
party! Woo!
I've heard stories about them saying you cast some spells where you can learn stuff that burns a lot of incense.
Yes.
And you also have amnesia.
Hasn't he been following you around for the last, 3 months?
With that,
Yeah.
there's a knock at the door.
Oh, thank God.
I stand up.
I'll answer that. And I go and I.
Mel's hides around the
room
corner.
dancing
Shit,
for
they
it.
found it!
As you go and answer the door, Roland, you open up the door, and standing before you is a blue-robed figure, holding a quarterstaff.
I step
Do
up
I
behind
recognize
Roland
him?
immediately.
Do I recognize?
As
this
you
hooded figure?
open up the door and say hello, you seem to have startled this person. And as he turns around, he's got long blonde hair, blue eyes, and holding a staff goes, "Ah, Roland, nice to meet you." As it is
Oh my
Roderick
God,
standing
you're
before
beautiful.
you.
I thought I was the one for you, Roland.
He says, is Silvar in by chance?
Is who in?
Silvar.
Do I
like,
recognize this person?
This is Roderick. This is an
Get him,
apprentice
Sliver!
that Silvar helped pay go to the Wizard's Tower for school, who worked at Merkel's.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that was definitely
Oh.
me. The one who had given me
That
that
was-
potion of mind reading and the potion of
Yeah, that was
this is the
Jaws.
same kid.
that was Draza.
No, I just said that he worked at Merkel's. But Silvar secretly funded his schooling.
That's why he gave me two potions.
And he gave Silvar some potions, too.
Wait, does he look different than when we saw him the first time?
Uh,
Would I know it's Roderick?
You
Or
know it's
is-
Roderick.
I don't think Bells have.
Oh, Roderick! Oh, it took me a second. It's very early.
I see. You
Oh,
look
wait.
very tired. Did I
don't
disturb
know.
you?
No, I was actually just waking up.
I can come back. I mean, I can
No,
wait
you're
out here
good.
until
Hey,
you're
Silvar!
No? Okay.
Right when he yells Silvar, I'm like, yep. I'm like, I raise my head out of
It's
the bacon.
Roderick.
I just leap out of the chair, kind of flip my way out, and head over the door. You called?
Yes.
It's
Hey,
Roderick.
Silvar. How are you?
Roderick. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm actually good. I have been accepted for another position in the Wizard's Tower, an apprentice, finally.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yes and no. Unfortunately, I can't take this apprenticeship until I believe he said get my feet wet. Not quite sure how that has anything to do, but I need to join some people on an adventure, just for a short while, if you would have me. I've never been outside schooling, so I don't have experience of the world, and you guys are heroes of Erendore. If there's any way I can just, travel with you guys and maybe start to go on some adventures, I would understand what it means to get my feet wet, and I could report back.
I mean, I have no qualms with this.
Alright,
I know Drazaha and Roland and I would be happy to have you.
Excellent. I will definitely try to not be a bother. I've got spells. I've learned quite a few good spells. And he gets all excited and proud of himself. He's like, oh, and I have potions. I bring potions.
As
That's
you
nice.
do.
Oh boy, do I have some potions to let you try?
Roderick, don't try his potions, okay? They're different.
I
I'll
don't.
give him that.
I don't think you're old enough to try Bell's
You
potions.
want them for
Roderick.
yourself, don't you, Roland? As I hand him more of the potion.
He
Here,
looks-
buddy, come on.
He
I
looks
put it in
rather
the bag.
confused, and he's like, I
I'm
will
not
take
letting go
your
of it.
word
You gotta
for
drink
it.
it now.
Now, Bells.
Let the boy drink.
Mm,
After all, he's
no.
supposed to be an
What's the
adventurer.
drinking age in
I don't
High
think there
fantasy?
would be a drinking age in high fantasy.
right?
Oh, Droz, there you are.
Old enough to fight, old enough to drink.
All right.
Ah.
So he's old enough to
You're
drink.
behind that armor. Droz, who is the weird guy that's trying to get the young boy liquored up with the strange accent?
All that I'm
That's
saying
your
is that
best.
if he's willing to go die, he should be able to drink.
He's been here for a while, Bells.
I haven't been here. Remember, I just came in from like
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah,
Roderick
I just woke up. So.
Takes out a
This is-
pouch
Gotcha.
and he places it towards you, Silvar, and says, "Here you go."
Thanks. What potions are these?
He says, "Inside you'll find healing potions and greater healing potions." He's like, "I've actually officially become an alchemist,
Yeah, same, buddy. Neat.
so I could find random things on our journey, and I could possibly make better potions. Like if we kill a giant, I can make a potion of fire giant strength. I just need a toenail of a giant,
Schooling
though."
is-
Significantly out of your league right now.
I
Will get you killed.
I
got
fully
some fire
agree
strength
with that.
giants for ya.
Can I be truthful? I'm scared to death, but I really want this
Here,
apprenticeship.
get out of the doorway. Just come inside. Let's close the
Okay,
door. So we
is
don't
that
disturb
bacon I
everybody
smell?
else. Yeah.
They gorge on it all
Did
the
you
time.
need some?
Oh no, I'm full. I just love the smell of bacon.
Yeah, you know what goes great with roasted Malorn's beautiful creatures of sadness? Some of this little giant strength potion ale here.
Bells, just go take. Just go.
I'm gonna be over here for a bit, guys. I'll talk to you.
Did you
later.
want a salad, Bells?
Oh no, I'm good night.
Roderick looks over at Roland.
Walks over the corner. Just slumps.
Roderick looks over at Roland. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's just sleeping it off.
He does that quite a bit.
Is he an actual adventurer?
One of the
Yes.
best.
You just hear
Surprisingly.
bells like in his sleep in the corner.
Mumbling.
Like you hear him like kind of snore. And he's strange fucking accent.
I'm sure he's talking about somebody else. But don't worry about it.
I'm pretty sure he's talking about.
Oh, this season's gonna be great, guys. Welcome back to the show.
Absolutely.
Welcome fucking back.
Jesus Christ.
What a way to kick the show off with a bang.
Oh yeah.
Your favorite character. It's not even mine.
So did you guys sit around and
Alright.
enjoy yourselves and breakfast, listening to the random spewings of Bells talking about weird accents and whatnot?
So, what did you guys want to do? I had a couple plans, but I don't think it's a great idea for a couple of people that are unfettered.
I'm not really concerned in what we do. I just know that I've been hankering. I've been hankering to get out of the city. I think it's time for me to go ahead,
Yeah,
get some fresh
I
air.
understand that. BB has been yelling at me a lot lately.
Your baby's
Something
been
about
yelling at you?
needing to hit things. Yes, BB.
Thanks for the
you know,
follow. Appreciate that.
The air. Throw him up in the air and catch him. He's been yelling at me for some sort of action. Anything, really. He's just been yelling a whole lot.
Right.
Can always just go down to the slaughterhouse and help them butcher cows.
feel like-
Rather not.
One.
He gets 3 kid crits
Better
there.
challenge than that. Yeah.
Oh,
Proceeds to
jeez.
overslaughter. But I'm assuming there's like a job board in Stonebriar.
I mean, we could always go back to Cerberus.
Yeah, we could check out Cerberus, or I'm also wondering if there's like bounty boards that we know of.
There are bounty
'Cause I'm
boards.
assuming I've grabbed a couple.
There are there's an adventuring hall that popped up.
Mhm.
Most recent popped up roughly about 3-4 weeks ago, and that's where they have a lot of bounties at. They seem to take a job, do the job, they get paid, they dish out the shares.
Okay.
There's been a lot of issues with
do.
bandits in the local area. Since the war came through with the goblins, a lot of the old villages are destroyed. There's just remnants of people there.
Right.
So bandits have come.
And if I remember correctly, I know Silvar dealt with a bit of that, correct?
If you know correctly, what?
That Silvar dealt with a bit of that. Like the bandits that were.
Some of them, yeah,
on
but
the
it's
outskirts and
the
stuff.
bandits are almost as bad as the goblins themselves because they're literally from different thieves guilds, or they're just coming over to this area because it's easy pickings on everybody who's not in a large city. A bunch of people are still trying to rebuild their little villas and hovels, but the problem is a thug comes in and says, "No, this is what you're going to give us," or burns them down or kills them and takes it anyways.
Okay.
And that's been a big issue ever since the Goblin War ended a month ago.
So there's that adventuring guild that we can go to. We also have Cerberus that we could always go to. So we can grab a couple of these things depending on how the
Stack up.
the severity of like how quickly everyone needs these jobs to be done.
That way we can just kind of vet the newer people that haven't really been on any adventures with us, and then we could potentially go do something that I've been wanting to do for about a month or two now. It's been really eating at me, but I don't want to pull anybody that's not in it with us.
What's the
What's the
thing
thing?
you wanted to do, Draws?
Oh,
Take over the world.
Because I have a thing as well, but it's probably not best for right now either.
Bahamut has granted me with a vision, and I feel like there's something that I need to do, but it's might not be the easiest or safest task. So
All right.
If you're looking for safety, we should probably just go to Cerberus.
Especially for the newer members of the group.
Plus, at Cerberus, wait, no, they need the body parts. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. Again, we have that adventuring hall as well, so we have two forms in which we could take some jobs.
Whichever seems best to y'all. I don't think fighting a dragon is, great for us right now. So.
No.
wait, fighting a dragon.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, Roland. No, I don't think that is the best, considering the last time we fought when we were
Okay, now I
Put
know
in
this
court
one's
and
bad. Okay.
put into jail, and well, that's a
I'm
long
like
story.
80,
That
80. I'm like 80% positive this one's bad. Okay, so.
well, that's a 20% chance then.
Wow.
Dragon is that?
Ask knows all about
Sure.
chance.
How common is the tale that they went through, the corruption of Stonebriar?
Actually, it's very common. They are local heroes. They're well known.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that gray area was put into the legends or not.
But,
All right.
what dragon is it that you want to kill?
It's a red dragon, at
Oh,
least.
okay. Never mind.
I also know a black dragon if you want to fight that one, but I wouldn't recommend that.
I wouldn't recommend us getting into any unnecessary fights and like picking out these enemies unless there is a significant reason.
There's definitely significant reasons.
That you could go into now, or
And I say we go do something, see what the kids got, and see what Sir Vask has learned.
yeah.
Never mind, Jimmy. I figured it out.
Okay.
At that point, I have utterly decimated my plate of bacon.
I've eaten like
And
2
I'm ready
strips
to go.
because I forgot that I needed to pray. So I ate and then ran back to my room to pray.
I
So I
prayed
came
before I
back.
got out of the room.
Brassard,
Well, when you wake up late,
Oh yeah. Roland has to make up for the prayers.
gotta do
I'm
extra
ready to
pray,
Gather my things, straighten my bed.
super pray.
Brassard, before I forget again,
Yes.
I have something for you. And I'm gonna go get one of the daggers that I made.
It's a laser.
Close. I basically unsheath the dagger, and the dagger's on fire. And then I run my hand through it to show you that it's not actual fire. What are you? Continuous torch.
Lag spike. Hang on.
Yeah, big lag spike.
Could have just put that on a torch.
So, I appreciate it.
This fire, it no go out. It does not go out. Why am I going Russian all of a sudden?
Don't know.
What?
It's basically a dagger with the spell Continuous Flame casted on it, so that when you sheath it, the light doesn't come out, but when you unsheath it, it acts as a torch.
Okay, nice. Is this a tune item or?
Nope.
Nice.
It's a spell on an item.
Did you see the new spell in Xanthars for your class? Well, I guess a couple classes, but for Paladin or whatever, you can
Ceremony.
use. No, the holy weapon
Oh, that's
I need to
not
put that one
Paladin.
in.
for cleric.
That's
or whatever.
cleric. I need to put that one
But I
in.
think you could use it.
Paladin's got 3 spells out of Xanathar's.
Another time, another place. Let's keep going.
Thanks.
Shall we leave it to fate? Whether we go to the Adventuring Guild or Cerberus?
I'm down to check out the Adventurers Guild, considering we haven't been there.
We could ask Roderick what he feels. Monsters are thieves.
You see him like he's very excited about all of this, but at the same time, like you guys are talking about dragons like they're nothing, and doing this like it's. He's just like, oh shit. he's in the real deal now. He's like, whatever you guys think is best. You guys are the adventurers. I'm just a school lad.
Well, there
So-
are animals that we could.
I say coin
with
toss.
Cerberus. Coin
We
toss?
could check out both.
Heads,
Take one.
Cerberus, tails, adventure.
All right.
And I take out
Flip.
the coin.
That'll be the first place we go.
I'm just gonna roll a d100.
You just do a D2.
Yeah,
Slash roll 1
There's a
D2.
coin there. Also, with these potions, how did you guys want to divvy them out? Because I figure I'm going to hand you guys these potions as well.
I
Or
don't
did
need
you
them.
guys buy some during, like...
I didn't buy any, but I don't really need any. I still have
Okay.
got the healing potions we got the first time.
From the first time? Okay. Anyone else?
I've just been
Just to have
handing
some.
those out whenever.
If not, I'll
I've
just
had
put
a
them in my
healing
bag
potion.
of holding for now.
Alright,
Yeah, just hold on to them.
All right,
just tails.
Okay.
Tails, so Adventurers Guild.
Give me about 10, 15 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and don my armor.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I haven't had on in weeks. I should
I
probably
have mine
put that on.
already.
Hopefully, you can still fit in it. Hey, Dwarf.
You're asleep. Shut the fuck up.
How long does that potion last?
I don't even know what that potion did, to be honest.
It lasts 10 minutes. It gives you +4 strength, -2 dexterity.
Ah, okay.
Okay, you never said that, because right now I have a 25 strength.
Yours is magically enhanced,
only had
so
a taste
it doesn't
of that.
affect you really.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. You didn't drink at all.
The
I don't think You
+4.
would have to drink the entire bottle.
Okay, so your strength is enhanced because of a magical item you wear. If you don't wear it, your strength goes back to what it was.
Gotcha.
That bottle,
So
when
it'd
you
be a
drink it,
22.
enhances your base strength.
Got
So
it.
where
Just
you
enhance
feel
it on top
strength
of
and
magic.
alive and like, ugh,
Got it.
but the magical item makes you actually just as strong as you were before you drank it.
Okay.
Because it's
So
it's up
I
here
drank it or whatever.
where you're now here.
Makes sense. So while Draws is putting on his armor for 10 minutes,
I gotta put my
That's
armor on for
gather the
10
rest of
minutes
my
too.
items.
Takes us like 2 minutes to put on arm's armor.
Yeah.
It's putting on armor slash getting all my stuff, my
get
bedroll,
yourself together.
everything together, because haven't been walking around for the past 3 weeks with it, or 3 months.
As you gather up your items and you have to blow some dust off your backpacks as you strap up your ropes to the sides of your backpacks, your bedrolls to the tops. Remembering that, oh yeah, we got to make sure we have enough pouches and stuff because you're not going to be in a house. You're going to be going out finally, adventuring. Be conscious of the items you have and how much carrying capacity each container contains. If you have items that need to go into your bag of holding, make sure that's taken care of before you leave. That way you don't find yourself encumbered and weighed down by anything. With that, you guys all pack up your gear and prepare to head towards the Adventurers Guild.
I'm gonna kind of just push against the wall and then stand up and kind of walk over and just carry my bag out and be like, all right, I need to make some room real quick, and I'm gonna pour the bag out on the table, and then 2 months worth of good berries are gonna fall out of the bag. Huge ass pile on the table.
Well,
All right, that's probably good.
rations are taken care of.
And,
Why do you do this?
I'm gonna put.
Could you have at least done it outside?
Then they'd spoil. And I'm gonna just
They're
put
gonna
my
spoil
casks
here,
in the
inside.
fucking bag of holding.
They're
And I'm gonna take
spoil
a
here
handful of good
inside.
berries. I'm gonna pop them in my mouth, and we're gonna walk out the door.
And right when he dumps that all out, I don't know where Roland or Drazaha is, but I'm gonna look for one of them and say, we should hire a maid.
Well, I will leave that task to you.
Damn it. Roland, you gotta hire a maid.
No.
Some guards too.
No.
Got it? Alright.
No.
And I just close the door behind me.
Good luck, everybody.
In a comical moment, you see Roland raise his hammer as if he was going to throw it through the door, and he's like, "No, this is my house."
Who has the key to the house, by the way?
We all do.
What are
We
y'all?
all have it. We all have a key.
There are 4 keys currently made, so
Alright. I
I'll
got a key.
put one
Josh
in
has
my
a key.
bag.
Roland has a key.
I would say probably Bells would have the other key.
just so everybody else is currently caught up, Xanthus left. He was basically told it's time for him to fulfill his destiny, and he slipped dimensions to go to the Feywild to train as a Horizon Walker.
Yeah, he would.
So if we ever go to the Feywild, we got a bro.
Possibly. So,
I wonder
But-
if he can hit stuff with his arrows now.
you what?
Probably.
So I wonder if he can hit stuff with his arrows now.
Maybe.
That's wishful thinking, if I've ever heard it.
Wow. So, with that, also, Roland, over the last few months, you've
What up,
returned... Huh?
I said, "What up, my dude?"
After the over the last 3 months, there's been time that you've reflected. You've gone back to Erendore to visit the tomb of Chagrin. And you've traveled with Mercer during this time period, back and forth, as he also misses his brother. You could tell that it was really taking a toll on him, that his brother was gone, and everything that's gone on, how they've played by the rules, and yet, in the end, people are still hurting. He was named as temporary High Lord of Stonebriar, and about a month and a half in, he stepped down and was replaced, as he accepted new orders from the king to head somewhere else on his next mission. He requested it to be away from this area so he could try to leave it in the past. And with that, before you guys actually start to walk out, you see a gnome running up towards you guys with a package. Not very big, just a
Is
little
it the gnome
package.
is it the gnome from Erendore? Because if it is, I'm a bunch of.
It is a gnome. He does wear the Erendore seal. It is a delivery service.
Okay.
As he comes up, he seems completely out of breath. He's all...
Did you just run here?
for either a Roman Everhart or a Silver Everest or a Trezaha Brassheart or a Bell's Horon? Anyways, I'm looking for one of you.
My last name.
One, two, three, four.
Cool. I have a package here for you, and I need you to sign for it. And he pulls out a hardwood thing, and on the back has a thing. He says, there is a jeweler in Erendore. You asked for earrings to be made.
Okay. I had to make sure this stuff has happened before and it's not gone well.
Stumbling over this, I'm just laughing like internally so hard. Just...
This has happened before and has not gone well, so.
True.
You're not wrong, yeah.
Right? So as soon as...
It's not paranoia if you're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
True. As soon as you sign for it, he hands you the package, takes a couple breaths of air, goes, "Whew, okay, time to go." You see him turn.
Wait. Are you gonna run back to Erendore?
He says, yeah, why not?
You don't have a horse?
No.
Wow.
How long did it take you to get here?
About an hour?
Jesus,
He looks
you
really
got some
confused.
Quick legs.
Yes, the flash build, I said.
He's like totally lost and confused at... Is there anything else you need?
No.
Nope.
Besides an explanation on how it takes you only an hour to get from here to Erendore.
As he clicks his heels and you see his boots glow blue, he disappears running.
Nikes.
I want them.
I need me one of them.
Could you imagine me moving
I
that
need
fast?
me some shoes like that. Can you
One of
imagine me
those.
moving that fast?
You move fast enough, Roland.
No, I don't. Don't lie.
Well, I was trying to make you feel better, but
Isn't that an oxymoron? The fast-moving dwarf?
He's so racist. So racist.
So that's the new racist.
I'm gonna pretend like I didn't hear that, Zervask. Alright, so am I carrying the package currently, or...
Currently, Roland has the package in hand.
Alright, I'm gonna open the package and not look at it at first. Like, I'm gonna open it with, like, looking away.
When he opens it, I'll look into the.
As you open the package, there is 6 earrings, handcrafted.
Alright, cool. Oof.
Silver backings with little gems, and they seem to have a little, not like a twinkle or a glow, but you can almost see as if there's some type of fairy dust spectral about them.
Almost like a shimmer.
Yep, a slight shimmer.
Alright, well, I'm gonna take one and put one
Okay.
on my right ear.
Everyone grab one.
Earrings for everybody, except for you, Roderick. Sorry, I didn't realize you were gonna be here at this
What are
point in
the
time.
earrings
Well-
made out of?
He can actually take it because we have.
The earrings themselves,
Oh, yeah, we do.
some are,
We do have an
the earrings have silver gems and a few other little pieces put together. Some ivory, some oak, just little tiny little signets that bind the earring itself put together.
I guess
All-
I'll really
all
have to
natural.
His
wear one.
concern is his shape-shifting.
No,
all
it could just meld
natural.
with my body. I was
Yeah.
just gonna be upset
Metal.
for metal.
Nope,
It's
it was
made
made
of
from
flesh.
pure silver.
It's made out of bacon.
Oh,
Actually, I just realized that we're one person down, so Roderick, you do get one.
Oh, awesome! What is it? As he's holding
who
it.
the hell is Roderick?
Let's see. Is anybody else wearing it?
I am going to just shove
mine
it
on.
through the cartilage in my upper ear.
All right. Take a point of
Great.
damage as you.
Okay, lay on hands.
Great.
I'm good.
Alright.
I hold the earring. Hello? Can you hear
Do we
me?
hear Roland speaking through it?
You can hear
That's
Roland
standing
speaking
2 feet
through it.
next to you.
Oh,
So do we hear like that echo, like if you on the phone with someone that's like right next to you? Is it like reverberating off?
Basically, yes.
Like, yep, it's. And I'm like trying, like holding my ear like now because I hear him like echoing twice. It works. Let go of it.
Do we have to hold it?
Let
Do
go
we,
of what?
do can we just think about it? Like, can we think about sending it through there and it go? Or?
You gotta basically. There's a gem on it that your thumb basically activates it, and when your thumb's not on it, it doesn't activate and it doesn't do anything. Just a name.
Gotcha.
So you have to grab it and go.
Yep.
YOLO.
Do we have to get the ears pierced for this, or does it just hang on?
I'm assuming it just.
Wait, your
flips
ears
on.
aren't already pierced?
No.
Wow.
I'm
It's
here.
unfortunate.
Roderick looks
Come here.
over at you, Servask, and says, "Don't feel bad. My ears
Boy.
are not pierced either."
I pull out my dagger and start walking towards Servask and say, "I can get this done really quick."
Your dagger away, and I'll just go through it, and then I'll hold. Like, I'm gonna put right behind Roderick's ear. I'm gonna put my finger
Uh huh.
right behind his earlobe, and I'm gonna be like, okay, on the count of 3. Right, 1, shove through.
He goes, "Ah! Ow! Oh! I thought you said 3. I thought you said 3. You said 3.
I'm
Ah!"
gonna definitely point the blade on hand to his ear, and then just say 3.
He's like, "Oh! Oh! Oh! It hurt. Oh.
It's healed now. Be
That was
quiet.
cool, right?
I mean,
That was your
technically, all
first
we had to do
taste.
was grab it, but so that
I
it's
walk
easier to
over
move.
and just pour like a drip of the fucking
wine on his ear.
You're good, buddy, and I slap him on the back.
I already healed it.
He's like, "Oh, it burns. Oh! What is that?"
We don't know either.
Same.
Servask, would you like me to do the same?
I got this. And I'll put it in my pocket for now. Because I want this to be done by a professional, no offense.
Wow. Because we're
Whatever.
not professionals.
His is
Servac.
already healed. A professional won't heal yours.
And again, I pull out my dagger again and just flip it around and say, "Again, we can have it done right now. Right or left ear." And I'm like walking towards Servask. My dagger out from the bottom.
Also, I feel like I don't deserve this yet. Let's make it through this first adventure, and then...
Fair enough.
And yep, fair enough. Flip it around. Put the dagger back.
You could leave it in the
Let's
house,
get going.
So, as you guys are
in case somebody needs to reach us.
heading
Yeah.
out of the noble district, heading over
I
towards
could keep
the
it in my bag of holding so we don't lose it.
merchant district, there was an old building there that was turned into kind of a bar. They served some ale, really crappy tasting ale, nothing like Bell's berry wine or anything.
Ew.
But it's the new adventuring hall. As you approach it, there's a sign hanging, and it is a black carved rose. As you enter in, you see a human behind the bar with a huge billboard behind him. As you see people from adventurers to patrons just drinking this watered down ale.
Do I notice anybody looking at us?
You see people kind of look up and then look away like,
Oh, also, Roland, you brought Siva, correct?
Yeah, Steve is with me.
Alright.
Have I
She's
seen
just
Sigma throughout
invisible,
this
as
entire-
always. Well, she's invisible, so... She's
She
always
never does.
invisible.
Okay.
yeah, Siva stays invisible.
She doesn't like being looked at for whatever reason. So I could just feel her weight on my shoulder all the time.
Yep. Every now and then a warm sensation down your back.
I try not to think about that.
So as you guys walk in, like I said, everyone kind of glances up at you at different paces and looks away.
Well, I'm gonna go straight to the board.
Okay. You
I
go.
have
While we're
I have
walking in, I'm
interest
gonna
in
kind
anything
of-
else here.
I'm gonna kind of glance around at like the patrons within the bar if I recognize any people around or
Roland
any
is
of the different guilds
carefree.
inside.
Silvar, make a perception check.
Perception? Ew. Perception check.
So so nobody's actively staring at us.
Nope. You kind of look up, and you see that you get quite a few glances from some individuals, even after you come in. That they're keeping an eye on you, but they're making really good to where it doesn't appear that they are.
Also, I have advantage
Okay,
because my
definitely.
raven's with me.
As you look around, you notice that there are quite a few spotters here for Thieves Guild members.
Okay.
They are keeping an eye on something, looking for something. Possibly when people return their bounties to intercept or whatever.
Which guilds?
You don't know, there's no open images.
But I can tell by their demeanor.
But you could tell by their demeanor how they're watching, what they're watching, counting paces.
Okay.
Always scanning around, looking at the exits.
No, I know this is far-fetched, but do I recognize any of them?
No, you don't recognize any of them.
Okay. Not sure if they come this far south.
Nope. So as you guys approach up towards the board, which is actually the edge of the bar, the human behind the bar comes up and says, "Can I help you with?"
We're looking at adventures.
Well, the Black Rose is more than willing to help. What are you looking for? Bounties?
Something to get a new kid's feet wet. His words, not mine.
New kid's feet wet. Interesting. Must be a noble brat. He turns around and
Nope, he's a wizard.
starts. Are you okay, Jordan?
Yeah, this is gonna be fucking great.
I just see Jordan like.
Oh, we're gonna fucking play today, boys. We're at 11.
So he turns around and he's like, "Well, we've been having these issues with some bandits. You know the village of Arun, or what's left of it?
Right.
We've been having some problems with people attacking caravans before they cross over the bridge heading up towards Drakmore. Bring back these bandits' heads. It's worth 400 gold.
Piece or total?
Total.
Anything closer?
Currently, that's where a lot is. Most of these are bounties, and unless you want to track them wherever they may be.
Do you know how many bandits there are in this group?
One of the survivors that made it through, that we were able to get this bounty put up for it, said there's about 15 of them.
15?
Shouldn't be any trouble for some heroes of Erendore like yourselves, though.
So 10 for me and 5 for the rest of you guys.
Yeah, basically.
Alright, sure.
Is the bounty specifically on death, or is it just stopping them?
It's stopping them. If you wish to retrieve them and bring them alive, then that is acceptable as well. As is possible negotiation for a higher pay.
If they're brought back alive.
If they're brought back alive.
Do all of them need to be brought back alive, or...
Is the bounty for our ex-High Lord still up there?
Yes, it is.
Nobody's claimed that.
No one's claimed it. He says the bounty
Right to Drazaha.
is for Deragus. Deragus is their little leader. If you take him out and happen to wound or clip a few others along the way, I think it'll discourage them from continuing what they're doing.
Arrogance, huh?
So we can do that, take out them, or would you guys want to go after the ex-High Lord? I mean, that's more of a personal vendetta than anything
It is.
on my part.
I would
personal
I would
vendettas
feel
out
more-
of newbie training.
I would
I
feel
agree
more
with
comfortable to
Yeah.
get rid of him, but I understand that that is something you would wish to accomplish, Drazaha, and I fully support this.
Is that the dragon you were talking about, Kill?
Nope.
No.
Different dragon entirely. I'm talking about an actual dragon. 2 actual dragons, really. But another conversation for another day.
place? Yep.
Another place, another time.
We could head to Cerberus as well,
Yeah, if you guys want to check Cerberus as well,
but
I'm cool
I
with
think
that.
we
Let's
could
keep-
take this one.
Let's keep one mission at a time.
What if we
Alright.
run into stuff
How,
along the way?
How many days do we have to complete this one?
Well,
I think it's just to complete as...
if it's not
Complete
completed
answers.
within... I mean, you're looking at a few days' travel. You're looking roughly about 3 days travel, 3 days back, 6 days. we don't hear back from you in 8 days, then I will put this contract back up.
All right. Well, 3 days out, 3 days back. That would put us back in time for the Summer Solstice Festival, correct?
Yes, that would.
Okay.
Whining, dog. Why are you whining?
I think we'll take this as a long-term one, and we can see if there's anything else along the way. Do you have any other minor contracts that are a little bit closer to here, or
Currently,
that's the
no.
biggest one at a room?
A lot of these bounties need to be tracked down. That's why they're up here. Take this,
Okay.
and he spits on the ground. Galthanax, the old High Lord that turned Stonebriar upside down. He was last seen over in Garrus, in the Plainsland to the east outside Draken Woods. Rumored he was heading towards the east.
Oh, good.
But he does travel with a group of his own soldiers.
Do you know why he was headed east? What business he has out there?
I do not know. Last I heard, he was in Marin, heading east towards Garrus.
Well, that's one we'll come back for, Drazaha.
Mm-hmm.
He's with Doggy right now, so he can hear you.
Well, we got a mission. Let's go do it.
Let's take this one with Darigus then.
All right.
We can stop by Cerberus, see if there's anything on the way.
Let's not stop. If we got worried about getting back before the summer celebration, let's not stop by Cerberus. Let's just do this.
Bells walks in, kind of dragging his ass. What the hell's Cerberus again?
It's the
The
Hunters Conclave.
Bells wasn't there. That was whispered.
Oh,
well, no, that's why he's explaining it to you.
It's a conclave of hunters, right?
I think
Yeah.
Servask is right. I think we should just go with
What's
one
one of
mission
those-
for now.
What's one of the sayings he throws? Don't count your chickens before they shoot something?
Don't catch your chickens before they throw a stone.
Roderick kind of stops,
Gotta make that.
looks over. That's an interesting saying.
It's,
Don't pick it
it
up,
says-
please.
Well,
Alright, we're taking this.
I'm already
Whatever.
ready.
Let's go. I'm already ready. I'm so ready. You're ready. It hasn't even started to get ready.
As long as you guys have horses, and then in my head,
As long as you guys have
telepathically, I call for Calbaca from the Noble District.
Okay.
Hold up. Plan first. They're attacking caravans, right?
There are.
Why don't we pose as a caravan so that they jump us, we attack them?
That sounds like work.
No, that's doable. That's
That is
definitely
doable.
doable.
Yeah, but won't we have
Choose to
to
attack.
spend money to do that?
How much would a caravan run us normally? Like a.
Well, if we have horses already,
Mhm.
just paying for
The
But
wagon.
nobody has horses.
Just pay for a wagon, people can ride in the back when we get jumped.
I used to have a horse, and somebody forgot it.
and then there was that dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, horses got eaten.
With
as
only
well,
one horse
so-
surviving that ran away.
Yep.
I think that was my horse, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I like to imagine he's out there somewhere.
Oh yeah, we're gonna pick him back up.
He's horsing it
Find
up
him.
out there.
Oh yeah, he's horsing it up.
Doing
That or a
normal
gi-
horse stuff.
That or a hill giant ate him. Who knows?
A wagon is 35 gold.
Wagon.
Oh, that's
5
nothing.
gold Plus. Each horse is. I could look this up actually. Unless
And
you're
is that-
already on that page.
Is that just a single slot wagon to where it only needs one horse to carry?
Yep. So for a dual horse wagon, we'll say 70 gold. We'll double it.
Okay.
And then for a riding horse with gear, it's going to be 100 gold per horse.
Okay.
and that provides 6 days worth of feed as well.
Okay.
No. Do we have clutter to make it look like we're actually carrying something important?
I mean, it's you.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, I did not catch that, Roland.
That's okay.
So while you guys are currently figuring
Wouldn't
out
it
math,
Be easier
Sorry.
just to walk there and then find a caravan coming back this way
Yes,
and
but
have
that's...
them get jumped.
I think that risks too many innocents.
Mhm.
Yep.
You're right.
The longer it takes us to get there, the longer.
If
it
you are
takes for us
worried
to
about
come
money,
back.
I will pay for the cart and the horse.
Well, he said it, folks.
You guys are so cheap.
He offered.
right?
But do keep in mind, we don't want to give off that big of a presence that we are fighters. Because if we do that, then they're not going to jump us.
That's why I have these commoner clothes over my armor.
That works for you, but how about the brass heart?
Well, Brassheart, you hear that?
I'm a little bit slower than a normal horse anyways, so I can just stay back.
A good distance away. Normally, I have something covering all of my ribs, so.
You know, you really shouldn't look at
Alright.
yourself that way, brass heart. I'm here. You are very smart.
No, Kaldaka is slower.
I don't think you should mock Daka's intelligence.
Wow. All right, and with that, we will take a break right here to get some snacks, drinks, use the restroom, and ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in about 5 or 10 minutes.
Out of character, that took me way too fucking long to get. Out of character.
Wow.
Holy shit. Alright, I'm gonna grab me a drink.
Yep, I'm going to grab me too. Feel free to talk with the people in chat, or feel free to ask questions to everybody about their characters or where they're at in the story. By all means, feel free to ask. And with that, I shall return.
Guys, a regular riding horse is 75. Dude, a fucking war horse is 400 GP. Are you kidding me? That is nuts.
Alright, so what's the plan here?
We're gonna go get horses.
Is Roland
So you guys
scared of
wanted you guys wanted to disguise ourselves so that we would get jumped, but he said it was sorry, not carriages. God damn it, what was it? Caravans.
Wagons?
That's the word I was looking for. Yeah,
Caravan?
like caravans from Arun getting jumped, correct?
No,
It was from
caravans
Arun coming to
coming,
here or going into Arun?
coming from Jackmore.
Okay, from
Where
Drakmar.
that bridge is across the river.
Okay.
There.
Sorry, it doesn't have the map up, so.
No, but I remember the bridge. So.
Okay.
'Cause
That
that's
same
where
bridge
the
we
lady
crossed
got
before then.
Yeah,
came
that's where that
south.
lady got
Okay.
stabbed.
Okay, wow, literally the same one. Okay.
Uh-huh. I don't think there's one bridge that goes through a ruin.
So he said it would take us 3 days to ride there, or is that on foot?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll figure it out. Because if that's the case, yeah, we'd have to definitely disguise the way we look, so that we would want them to jump us. We don't want our presence to be like too.
Plus, we're not
noticeable.
really a caravan with one wagon.
Yeah, and we have to figure out a way to, I guess, make the wagon look full, like, because we can just cover it with a like a tarp or something.
Or torp.
It's just a matter of making the wagon look full and lootable. Did he mention what was being stolen, or just caravans are getting hit? Is all he
Just
said.
caravans, we're getting hit.
And it was just supposed to be supplies, right? Because people are trying to rebuild.
Sir Vask and I could fill the wagon with clutter. It'd be a lot of food, but
I was gonna say you guys could technically create food and water, correct?
Sure.
yep.
Because if we need to clutter that back half of the caravan to make it look like we are bringing supplies to them.
How about this? Kaldaka will run in the woods, And
Yeah.
I will lay in wait under a tarp as well.
Okay.
I make
Okay.
pretty
Because
good
you can
clutter.
telepathically speak with Kaldaka.
Yes.
I could
Well,
have.
I can telepathically speak to Kaldaka.
Right. He can't speak back to you.
Correct.
Because it's a dog.
Okay. Got it.
Ow.
Do not
Well, no,
call
because-
Kaldaka.
because the-
Ow.
Because with the familiar, I know that it can speak. You guys can speak back and forth.
Well, his intelligence only intelligent enough to understand a language, not speak it.
Got it.
I really do. God damn it, I gotta stop rolling my R's. Blah, 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 blah.
I'm so cold.
Hey, so cold. It's me, Dad.
I'm about to get
Hey,
a.
Dad, can you come back from the store?
No.
It can
he's
take
still not getting
18 years to
cigarettes.
get milk.
Yes, I came back from the store with the milk, but I forgot my cigarette, so I gotta go.
No, Dad!
There it is. I'll be back when you. I'll be back.
I'll be back when you're a man.
Yeah, I'll be back. When's your sister's birthday? She's 18, right? Dad, stop.
Gross.
He said, "Dad, stop." Well, he's in Alabama, so.
Rude. Ow.
Rude. So yeah, we could create food and water in order to make the caravan look full. Have Draza Holly
I also-
back there as well.
I also still have 14 medkits on me.
That's great. Because we got it from that army tower.
Because I got it from
military
that tower,
Yeah.
and I just never got rid of them.
True.
We'll keep it in the bag.
And they don't weigh that
Might need 'em.
much, so. And they don't weigh that much, so.
Yep.
Then again, I have. Oh god. the screen that Roland's face is stuck on is actually kind of scary for me. See, where's my phone?
Oh God! Oh my God!
Yeah, you see that like Joker
Oh,
smile he has
God.
on right now? Do you have that too?
My God.
Great.
Shall run the game in the back of the game.
Slayer, what in the world is that emote?
The squid one. Hey Slayer, how's it going? Slayer, did you guys want to play ESO tonight or some PUBG or a little mixture of both?
Oh yeah, I forgot how to
down
sound
for-
like so.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what's in the ESO?
There's an update coming out later, but the guys want to play, so we're just gonna like run dungeons again and like make builds and see what's changed. I'm just gonna play it till BDO comes out on console, and I don't know if I'm gonna maybe go back and forth. I'm gonna like kick some people from the guild and shit, and just kind of clean house, start over. I mean, we still have all this gold in the bank too we haven't used, which, you know, technically isn't a lot because it takes millions to like buy a fucking trade house, but I mean, we can use it for like, you know, the shit we used to use it for, like guild house improvements and shit like that. And apparently guild house storage is coming in, so we can store shit in the guild house. That could be something that we could start saving gold up for. Shit like that.
Hey, did you guys notice that on the overlay he has us? Wait, are we level 10 or 11? Are we 10 now?
I'm
I'm
11.
11.
I was gonna say,
I'm
I'm nearly 12.
I'm 10. I'm 10. I'm 10. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm.
Or
I'm
I'm
another-
10, nearly 11.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
just making sure they're right.
I'm
Yeah.
10, halfway to 11.
Slayer said yeet.
I'm,
Okay.
Oh, you got to 11 already?
I'm back.
No, I thought two of you were.
So what's going on with E ESO?
Oh, we're gonna jump back into it, play some more.
Oh shit, man.
Supposed to be what's it called? Guild house storage that a couple of like balance changes and shit. The patch notes haven't dropped yet, but Sma's like really hyped about it. Panda wants to start playing again. So we're jumping back in until BDO comes out, and then I'll probably just dive into BDO like fully.
Fair warning about BDO.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's not like WoW or ESO. It's a sandbox.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no end
Yeah.
game.
Mm-hmm. You can keep fucking going. I remember when Summit was playing that shit for like a month. I was watching him every
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
So,
Dude, I can legit go out there and like fish for like a week. We'll have a fishing stream for the fucking week and fucking find that fish that's worth 1,000,000 gold. Catch like 7 of them in a day. Like legit, that's what Summit did. He caught like 2 or 3 in a day for his entire stream. That's all he was doing, just fucking fishing.
just sitting back fishing?
Yeah,
Huh.
fucking on his boat.
Did he buy the
So-
boat or create the boat?
Like him and people like created, I think, the boat, or like someone gave him a boat. You know, when you're a streamer with that many viewers, they'll fucking give you shit.
All right. With that, we'll dive back in. So you guys leave the Adventurers Guild, known as the Black Rose, and you guys are heading towards Cerberus, or you guys buying horses or going on foot?
I think we're buying
I think yeah.
the wagon and stuff.
How many of us would actually need a horse? So Drazaha, you said you were gonna ride in the wagon. How are we gonna go about filling the back? Or did we want to fill the wagon a little bit later as we get closer to Arun, or should we do it in the beginning? Because I don't know how long it would take for that food to spoil, considering we'd be traveling.
Well, if you get a covered wagon, then it's assumed that there's items in it. Especially if you can talk to somebody within the law standard of maybe even borrowing a wagon or two that has Stonebrier's seal on it.
I might be able to pull those strings.
I mean, you
people.
pay for the horses
Okay.
and have access to the wagon, then that would carry the seal and make it look a little more legit.
Okay. Drazaha.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and run and do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and run and go grab see if I can procure that. I wouldn't know where to go. But also we know the head of Stonebriar, so
Well, he stepped down, remember?
Who is the new High Lord now that he stepped down?
The new High Lord... I scroll back up on my Stonebriar information. The new High Lord is... Draenthal, excuse me. Draenthal Arcanus. He is not only the High Lord, but he is the temporary High Lord. He's also the Archmagi of the Wizard School.
Do we recognize him from before?
Chair still there?
Um,
I don't know about the chair. Never mind.
he stepped in after the whole Ericus debacle when Ericus died.
Uh-huh.
And,
But that's all we know of him? He hasn't been like a citizen of Stonebriar for a long time, or...
yeah, he's been in the Wizard's Tower, mainly locked in study and stuff, and
Okay.
with everything that's happened with everyone that's above him, those that were dealt in corruption or had their hands somewhere they shouldn't, he ended up climbing, and because he was the next available one who could take the place, they made him take the place. Then when Chancellor Mercer stepped down, he was appointed as well because he's able to do all these things as he has the skills and the abilities.
Now, what happened to that entire council that Galthanax was running?
They all left.
Do we know where like they had gone?
They just scattered to the east.
Okay.
No one knows exactly where. Terrafin just vanished.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of other people, some people were seen riding towards Marin, some towards Fort Briggs.
Okay.
So are the Knights of the Fist still there?
Knights of the Fist are still there.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the Knights of the Fist.
Okay.
See if I can procure some wagons with the seal of Erendore, or not Erendore, Stonebriar.
I'll head there with Drazaha.
Okay. You're able to go and speak to one of your old colleagues there. And, the hell? Interesting. Ah, that's why. Sorry about that. My chat just went all a little screwy. You're able to procure 2 wagons, but you'll have to supply the horses.
Okay.
If anything happens to the wagons, you're going to, of course, have to pay for them.
It's fine.
They think that's not a problem or an issue. And,
It's doable.
I mean, you tell them what you're going to be using them for, and they're all about helping people, so... With the wagons, it'll take you guys roughly still about 3 days to get there.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. So
They even give you
will-
some crates
we'll
of
go
supplies.
Let the other guys know about that so we can procure horses.
They even give you some crates of supplies.
Okay.
Are we actually to deliver these crates of supplies or bring them back?
Actually, if you would, deliver them. It's next week's delivery anyways.
All right.
Okay.
So these are actual.
If you're willing to deliver, then they will supply the horses.
Yeah. As long as it's within our time frame to be back by the summer solstice.
It would be 10 days there and back total.
10 days total.
Yep.
So since the summer solstice happens in a week, how long does that festival normally last?
It lasts an entire week.
Okay, so we'd be there like roughly midweek. We could still enjoy some of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's doable if they're going to pay for the horses and
Yeah, we're still helping the village, and hopefully, it's well enough bait for those bandits to come find us.
They
Yeah.
said, good. You'll be delivering these directly to the castle of Castle Drakmore to High Lord Alacrath.
Oh, that's where we're going. We're literally taking this all the way up there.
Yeah.
High Lord Alacrath.
Yeah, remember he told us about this.
Alacrath's honor, nobility, he turned towards the dragon people. That's why Galthanax is no longer High Lord, is because his investigation proved Galthanax's hand was corrupt and went against the king and the matriarch of everything, which technically goes against the Dragon Empire as well. So he had to be removed, and because of all this was brought to fruition by Alacrath, the king of Erendore decided to make him, because he was honor-bound, and his knights, a High Lord and Lords of Castle Drakemore to rebuild it.
Perfect. All right, we'll deliver them to him.
Okay. Well, it takes about 20-30 minutes or so, and he brings you 3 carts.
3 carts with the horses on them.
3 carts with horses.
All right. Are they single or?
Yeah, they're
individual
singles.
carts? All right, cool. So each person can take one.
And I'll sit in the back of one of them.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll bring these to the rest of the group. Let them know, hopefully, before they buy horses, that we already have some.
I go ahead and put my thumb on the earring and I go, hey
yeah.
guys, we procured horses and carts.
Oh man, I gotta get used to this shit.
Bells is fucking terrified.
Just Jaza's
Absolutely out of his mind bonkers.
Like right when Jaza
Just
grabs his
like,
ear, I'm
he's
gonna do the
looking
same thing
around,
and be like,
He
yeah,
can't
what
find
Draws
draws. He's absolutely horrified at what just happened, and he just sits down and just starts like contemplating how much alcohol he has had in the last few months, and just
Bells, are you all right?
he just starts drinking some wine. He just can't handle it.
No, Bells, stop.
I've had too much to drink.
Bells,
Solve my-
it's the earrings, Bells. Stop drinking.
Oh, he seems incredibly relieved.
Bell,
Incredibly
I grab
relieved.
it and I just go, Bells, drink more.
Is this what they
I'm gonna grab my earring. Stovar, shut the fuck up.
That's what the earring
So far,
Did
this is
someone?
the
Alright,
voice of Bell's head.
let's- My favorite part is Sir Vask has no clue what's going on.
Because
Yeah,
you're
right?
True.
That's
hearing
true. He
it.
doesn't know what's going on, and I have his earring. Fuck.
If this is what those things you want to put in the ears do, I don't want it.
It lets you talk to people.
There's a
across-
bard around here casting spells. I know.
It's Titan.
I'll kill him again. Yeah, Jimmy, check Discord real quick.
No problem.
It's
Give me
one
a
to
second.
it's 1 to 10, right? Not 1 to 100.
1 to what?
I say we make our way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1 to 10.
Okay.
Path.
We'll make our way, meet up with our friends.
All right. So you got 3 carriages total.
Yep.
Who's in the first carriage?
I'll drive it.
Leading the ways. All right, so Vask.
Actually,
Yeah,
wait.
who wants
probably
to
shouldn't
drive and who
since
wants to
I
sit
don't know
inside?
the way. Jimmy, do
I
I know
mean-
the way there, or?
Nope. You're not from this area.
I guess I'll be in the first carriage then. I'll drive it with my Raven, roughly like 100 feet from me, leading the.
They're Savask middle and then Roland the back.
Yeah.
No,
No?
no.
What are you
Roll
doing?
will throw up.
Are you walking?
No. Like you're like. You are
Sitting
leading
on
the
the
carriage,
carriage.
but you're sitting on the carriage. You're not sitting in the back of the thing. You're driving.
You just see Bells reach out
I'm
and
saying
you want
I'd be
something to
better
steady your
in
nerve?
the back because then I can't see the ground.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah, heights. Damn. Bells is drunk, so he can't drive.
Oh, I can drive better.
Why
This
don't we
way?
just have Roderick drive?
We
Yeah.
could. Roderick.
Bells and I will just chill in the back of Roderick's caravan in case something happens.
Okay. Draws a
That
hot.
way
I will
he
be in
has
the back.
most defense.
You
I'll
want
be
to
in the back of the middle one.
the front one or the middle one?
Middle one.
All right.
Roderick, are you cool with driving?
Actually, I'll be in the front one so that if you see anything,
Yeah. I can let you know.
I mean, that's what the earrings are for, but, you know, whatever.
I mean, also at least he'd be closer to the front line with me.
That's true.
So,
Shall we head out then?
do I have?
Is
Yep.
Kiz there?
Yeah, he's working on something real quick.
I'm working on like
Okay.
8, 9 different things. I'm getting hit with messages, questions, and everything else.
Everyone's like just typing to him.
I'm going to have Caldaka stay within a mile of us. But running through the woods
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of keeping an eye and nose out for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I have my Raven just 100 feet from us, so at least he'll see something before we do, and he'll let me know.
So I got Silvar driving the front caravan.
Yep.
Servask in the second coach. And who's driving the third?
Roger.
Roderick.
Got it. Roderick's in the third. Just trying to make sure I'm placing everybody.
That's what
where
we're
they're
asking,
supposed to
if he was cool with driving.
Yeah,
Roderick was
that's
Yeah,
fine.
no.
It doesn't seem like it's
House
too
is
hard of a
drunk,
task.
And
I mean, you
hate
just,
heights.
shake the reins and they move faster and pull and they slow, right?
Have you never ridden a horse
Sure.
before?
No, I have never. This will be my first time. This is exciting.
I mean, should be
Figured
fine.
Very competent. Worst case scenario, you guys will be there.
Yep.
So where is Draws and Bells at?
Draws is sitting in the back.
Whoever wants to pour me into a fucking thing. Otherwise,
What are you into?
yeah, just pour me into a thing.
Great.
I'll try to
I'm
go
in the front. I'm in the carriage on the front one, so in the back of it.
Got it.
Yeah, he's sitting with the items in mine.
And Bells can be in mine.
And I'm in the back of Roderick's.
Perfect.
Because in the back, I can't see the ground.
This is true.
If I can't see the ground, I can't throw up.
You can still see the sky and the trees.
Good theory.
Yeah, the the rattling of the carriage isn't gonna make you throw up.
No,
No.
I'm fine with the rattling. It's just height.
Okay, so you don't get motion sickness, you get height
No.
sickness. Got it.
No, just height. It's a product of being 4'9".
Sure.
I'm just tall enough to get outside of a booster seat. So
I mean, if you wanted to help Roland out even more, Bells could be an eagle and fly
Great.
Roland, so he doesn't even have to.
incredible.
Probably not the best choice.
Yeah, he's like, no.
I'd get an FUI.
Yep.
Not even one. Alright, well, I'm good whenever you guys are.
Yep.
Give me one moment,
To the
please.
road.
I was assuming we were just waiting for Jimmy to get
Waiting
back.
on me to populate everything.
Yeah.
You know that moment when you guys do something that was unplanned?
I mean, what was the plan?
Oh, you don't want to know what the plan was.
Was
I'm
Roderick gonna die?
He was hoping we would turn Roderick away.
Sorry, Roderick, not today.
No. Wasn't hoping you would turn him away.
I'm not gonna take him to go kill a dragon.
That's perfectly cool, too.
Now I'm wondering what Jimmy had planned.
Yeah, me too.
You'll never know.
I'm trying to think about like what we were just, like doing in the last 3 months. Let's see if there's anything that.
Come on my holy quest with us.
Right.
Go to Caradan to kill a dragon.
Fucking TPK.
As far as I know, it's not an ancient dragon, so I mean...
I'd like more info before we decide going into, you know.
Wow.
Desolate.
Why is it always more information? Why can't it just be, go fight a dragon?
I like information.
What's with you these days?
Right?
Oh, Roland, you weren't there to hear about my holy quest.
No, not for real.
There is an ancient silver dragon involved.
That's cool. I have an ancient black dragon involved in mine, so...
Heh.
He said, huh?
That's right. I forgot about that, Roland.
Yep.
It's really bad when the DM forgets about the ancient black dragon.
Eat a dick, Roland.
Oh, they changed some stuff around here. Son of a bitch.
I mean, it's been an ancient black dragon since, forever, so...
Has it got to be a black dragon?
Because that's the color of its skin.
Racist.
Racist Roland. Chapter 2. That's the title. It's not Rising to Find. It's Roland.
Because I'm the racist one. Dwarves eat horses!
I love that episode so much. Oh my god.
Wow, I missed something.
Dwarves eat horses. Oh, that was the best. Roland was like, what?
Excuse me?
What?
Could you repeat
Excuse me,
that?
You want to say that a little louder to the dwarf?
And then I tried to help him and then gave him a heart attack.
Yep.
Great. Great times all around.
Wasn't it at that time? It was Chagrin, Roland.
Yep.
Was Rek with us at that time?
Yep. Rek was there.
And so all of these like weird races that aren't even round, we're all just harassing this one guy.
Yep. And that guy was getting freaked the fuck out, man.
He was racist. What did you want me to do?
Whatever you normally do, Daniel. You're in Alabama. How do you deal with them normally?
That's a normal part of life.
I just don't talk to him normally.
Wow.
Wow.
You guys are laughing, but it's serious.
Beat him, join him.
One moment, I will be up with you guys.
All
I
good.
updated
Nah,
it.
yeah.
Jimmy.
Daniel
So
doesn't
look at the next
associate
one.
with racists.
Okay.
Daniel's a good guy.
I do like where you're going with it, though.
Yeah, I'll have to balance it or something, but it looks like it'd be sick.
Yep.
And then I added some flavor ones in this new one. So that I can hurt our friends for no good reason other than it looked fun.
Cool.
Obviously before balances, but I really like that.
Man,
kind
the
of
house
idea.
is going to be so dusty when we get back.
Let's see
It's
here.
gonna be full of fermented good berries.
Oh, God, yeah. It's just going to smell of, like, good berry and bacon.
Nah, they're conjured, so they disappear.
Oh, okay.
Right?
How long do they stay for? A day?
1 day.
24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope you like that new list. I'm pretty excited to see what we do with it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
New list.
Yeah, I made a list of some stuff. Some things.
Neat. I've got a couple things too. Less fun.
So how do you like the relaxed bells now that there's no terrifying necrotic evil in the immediate area?
I mean, it's great.
Just you wait.
The Bells Sanchez.
El Sanchez.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he doesn't have a last name.
Yeah. We're giving him one. Sanchez.
I like it.
Bells Haran Sanchez.
Haran's his middle name.
Oh yeah, I forgot to put my last name.
Aaron.
Really?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Bells
definitely.
Haran Sanchez.
All right, I updated it.
Bells Aaron.
You have a random table depend like is like whatever wine you pull out of your bag at the time.
No,
Quee.
All right, so now that a bunch of people probably left while we're just sitting here chatting and hanging out,
That's cool. Word.
you guys load up into the caravan and you guys start heading out. As you guys start riding in the back, you are 3 days away from Arun. It's actually the river. It's slightly past where Arun is. So anywhere up until Arun or just before Arun is where you could possibly be attacked, as the caravan seemed to be being hit by a bandit squad. As you guys are heading through, the first day, you find nothing out of the ordinary.
Just the usual nature and
Just
about.
the usual nature and about.
All right.
When you guys get, I want to say about 8 hours into your travel, right before you're about to stop, you come across a small village that once was a village where a cat jumped off the roof and first joined your group. What is left is just buildings tossed to the side, undergrowth growing through everything, the original road gone with a new road created, as that village is no more. You guys stop, set up camp here, and this is the village that you guys harassed, that one guy who was racist against dwarves.
Oh wow.
Pour one out for the homies.
The people
Pour
of
one
here
out for the
fled
village.
towards Stonebriar as the goblin armies and goblin horde worked their way towards the main city.
Okay.
As
So
you
we see
guys,
kind of like the remains, I guess, of the fight, or has it been that long that it's like there's nothing left?
it's been such a long period of time that people were here. Some people tried to rebuild, but with the bandits in the issue, they've abandoned all hope of it.
Okay, so there's still like some remnants of like that people were trying to be here. but
Yeah,
then
I mean, every
bandits
house
abandoned
here
it,
has been
so-
destroyed or burned in somewhat. You could see where someone tried to rebuild, but it looks like it was set on fire. Possibly acts of
Okay.
bandits. You see fresh gravestones, stuff like that.
How recent did the attacks look in this area?
Probably about a week old, honestly, from the last attack.
So recent enough that we may stumble into some of them. I'm gonna still make a point to make sure I have like a cloak covering my stuff.
Yeah, this seems
So I
to
don't
be the
want
problem of the
anything
local
from
area
you.
now is all these bandits.
Mm-hmm.
They feel that it's free reign. That is why King of Erendore has disbanded the territories and disbanded allowing the High Lords to make their own rules. It is his word, it is his law, and it is his rules. The High Lords are just there to enforce his reign.
Got it.
As you guys are local heroes, not bound by the laws of you must go and protect and serve, you're basically just doing this because you're adventurers.
Yeehaw.
So are we making camp here?
So you guys
I
make
don't know if you
camp.
guys want to sleep in the carriage or if you guys wanted to actually make your way out.
No, just make camp.
Okay.
I mean, travel time done.
Oh god.
Oh
Sorry,
my.
that was choppy as
Did
hell.
you say gobble?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard gobble.
My gobble. My
Gobble
gobble.
down berries.
He robotic gobbled. That's bad. Drugs are bad.
Hey, Timmy, would my rolls be off of survival for materials or off of nature? Is the real question. Because survival would be things like trying to forage.
Nature,
forage, food
nature
would be-
itself would be identifying. Survival would be gathering.
Well, I'd like to do one of those checks whenever we decide to camp.
All right. Well, you guys are stopped and set up for camp. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah, and as we're setting up camp, I want to put alarms around. Use the alarm spell to put alarms on each of the carriages and wherever we decide to lay down.
Was there ever a in this town where we scared the guy? Was there like a small? Wasn't there a small creek or something nearby?
There was a small creek. Also, Jordan,
How,
before you go and actually look for him, you got to tell me which one you're looking for. Then make your roll,
Like quality wise, or like which potion?
quality wise. Because if
Oh,
you're
okay.
if you're looking for a common information, whether you find it or not, you burn 2 hours.
Okay. I just thought I would start looking, and then the roll would base on like what I found. If I rolled like a 16, I found an uncommon one, and it took 2 hours.
Okay. My question is, are you willing to burn the 8 hours if you find the epic?
If time allows, then yeah, I can. I don't mind going into the next day. Fucked
Exhausted.
up.
Okay, then we'll run it that way then. Perfectly fine with that.
Because that'd be a little extra fun RNG.
True that.
That would be cool.
That's the case. You spend 2 hours and you find 1 use of common materials.
Sick, thanks.
Not a problem.
Um,
We got a new
Jamie,
brewing
did that-
system we're currently messing up with.
oh, that's cool. I like it. Stuff to do while we travels.
Homebrew.
Literally.
Boo.
So you guys stop, you set up camp, you tend to the horses.
I'm also gonna put a guardian of faith up in between the carriages.
Okay.
The creek that was nearby, was it run through enough that there's like sand or like loose pebbles?
The creek that was nearby during the last month or so was dammed up, so it's a dry
Okay.
creek bed.
Got it. How far was that creek from here?
It ran through the little hovel.
Okay.
You know, it'd be cool,
wanna go-
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Kind of check it out and see how it looks.
If I roll something that's like 22, which was the rare, or the 25, which is the epic, that's 6 or 8 hours. We should also add a bonus on there to see if I have an encounter roll while I'm out searching for 8 hours in the fucking dark.
True.
That would be fucking sick.
Yep. All of a sudden, Bells gets barbecued by a lightning bolt as he runs into a Be Her monstrosity.
God.
Jeez.
This drunk Bell Sanchez wandering
Yep.
through the fucking woods in the middle of the night.
Bell Sanchez. Yep.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Also, before we go to sleep, I cast Death Ward on myself, just in case.
okay. You guys take rest.
Taking no chances.
Who takes first watch?
And checking it out. I guess I'm
Drowsy,
technically.
I'll take first
There
watch.
you go. Drowsy,
Alright.
I'm out right now.
Oh, yeah.
Who takes second watch?
I'll take second watch when I come back after checking out the creek bed.
Okay. Who takes third watch?
Pretty
Is
sure that's
third watch Dawn?
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
that would be if you break it up into 2-hour watches. Then fourth watch would be dawn.
Alright, I'll take fourth watch.
I'll take the third
For sure.
because I will have just got back recently from foraging.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Silvar, you notice. Oh yeah, you're at the creek bed. Checking out the creek bed. It's dried up. It doesn't. You can't tell from this current location whether it was made to go a different route, or if it was completely dammed up, or if the source itself was plugged.
Okay.
But it's safe to say, in a war, with water being important, it being completely disabled would be at either side's advantage.
The way that the creek flowed, did it flow from, like, which direction did it normally flow from?
It actually flowed from the south to the north,
South to the north. Got it.
which is the opposite of the Draken River, which divides the Draken Woods and the Drakemore Woods.
Okay. The one that we currently see on the map, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess I'll write this down. Because we never learned the name of the of this village, did we?
No.
Or it was like small, unmarked.
Nope. Was just minor. The village of Arun was the only one that you guys learned the name of, and that's because there was a
Okay.
murder that took place up there.
It's okay. I labeled it village where we scared old man, so I'll remember
Oh,
it. The river
Matter of
bed,
fact-
is it like loose rock and dirt there.
The road to the east isn't there anymore.
Okay.
The road actually split off back towards Stonebriar, which is the eastern path now.
So this complete area was almost not necessarily wiped off the map, but I mean, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, with the fallen trees, with overgrowth, with everything, no one traveling on it due to threats of goblins, a lot of the landscape has changed.
We're walking up into my area, aren't we?
Yeah, your area is
Almost.
currently up over in here.
Yeah, it's just not marked on your map. But I was gonna say another day's travel, and we're in my area.
You'll just be roughly, you're on the edge of it, yeah.
And the bandit sightings were roughly like around here, right? Because I want to say that's where Arun used to be.
Bandit sightings are right here.
Or is that closer to the river? Okay, so it's closer to the river. So we'll actually hit Bell's place before then.
And that is Bell's place.
Okay. Oh wow, they're like right next to each other. Awesome.
Now, mind you, that's 15 miles. Bell's place is 15 miles by 10 miles. That
Yeah, it's
first
fucking huge.
mountain and the forest at the base of it.
Nice. Yeah, I want to take the whatchamacallit. There's like loose dirt and like pebbles there, right? That
Hang on
river
one moment. I
went
have an
through
issue with
before.
one of my kids.
Yep.
Someone's dead.
What do you guys think about?
So, Mikey, it's gonna be an
Yeah.
interesting couple of combat rounds, don't you think?
With you being drunk?
Do you
Yep.
take drunk proficiency?
Nope.
Oh man.
Uh,
Imagine when you take that.
Tapped into Drunken Master.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I love it. Like, your character absolutely has me dying.
It's gonna be pretty cool.
All right, or wait for Jimmy to get back from the
All right. Excuse me.
All right, I'm back.
Hey yo.
So,
Wait for Tom. He left to go do something.
huh? Oh, Tom's AFK.
Tom left real quick. Yeah. But
Perfect.
don't
While
be
he's AFK, I can read this brew.
Yeah, dude.
mad. Okay. There's loose dirt and pebbles in the riverbed, correct?
Yes.
Dry. Okay, cool. I'm grabbing some of that, putting it in the pouch.
I got dirt.
Yep. Enough to fill a pouch. Probably like a pound's worth.
Pocket sand.
Yep.
Okay. Wait, why did Roland go down there? Oh, Roland's camera is now stuck on me for Helo.
Write that down. I got some loose pebbles. Pocket sand.
Oh, the camera moved. This camera moved.
Camera, don't move. Jamie, I don't know if this is gonna bother you at all, but if I mark, like, because I have a bag of holding as a handout, I'm gonna separate that and also like write what I have in my backpack separately and what I have on my person.
I
Or
think
did
we
you wanna
just
give me
lost
separate
Roland.
handouts for that?
As long
Roland's
as
there.
all of the
Like,
weight and everything is this
Yeah.
comes out to where it's supposed to be, I'm okay with it.
Okay, cool. Okay, sweet.
I just
I'm gonna make sure to dictate that, like, hey, this is in the backpack. So, like, everything that's in the backpack is still labeled on me, while everything that's in my bag of holding is gonna be labeled like still in the bag of holding. But I also want to dictate, like, hey, this, I have a pound of pocket, dirt
yeah.
on me.
Pound of pocket dirt.
But it's on the bag of holding, like, label.
Yeah,
Unless you
like the
want
biggest
that
reason
to be
why
on-
like
no.
all this is really mattering is because like your backpack, not including the bedroll or rope, only holds 30 pounds of stuff,
Right.
and a 10 days rations is 20 pounds.
Yeah.
So in theory, you need not only a backpack, but you need pouches. You need a ton of different containers to have tons of gear. And if you're a weaker character, then medium armor, the heavier medium armor, kind of really puts a damper on you.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I want to make sure everybody's got all that stuff perfectly done, because
The only thing that changed on my character sheet was that you added the encumbrance to the right. Everything else was exactly the way it should be.
yep. Mikey, can you refresh your camera, please?
Yeah, you added
No.
actually all my stuff that thieves can't sneak attack, which is cool. I can't like click it and it would do it though, right? It would
You can't what?
describe it.
Yeah,
It would
Click-
just describe it if I
click on it, and then there's the little chat bubble next to it, and then you can just be like,
Oh, okay. Like it has the full like that. Got it.
word.
Word.
All right, so
Well, it even asked me if I think.
look up this last bit of information. By the way, for encounters, as you guys stop and rest, there are no goblins.
Oh.
Unfortunately, this war that came through kind of took them out of there, so yeah, there's no goblins to worry about.
Okay.
Let's see here.
When I hit reconnect for my video, it doesn't do anything.
I'll hit
Uh-oh.
There it goes. Finally.
All
Now,
right, so
on the way back to the camp, passing through like the since I have more time before my watch, the like rundown houses, what kind of stuff do we find inside? I'm not expecting anything valuable, but I'm just wondering like the remnants of
Corpses.
the people that lived there. Yeah,
hang on 1 second.
corpses, housing stuff. Maybe there's curtains.
Where
Do-
is?
Are you looking for stuff to stock our house?
Huh? No.
Nope, y'all just left.
No, I'm talking about stuff
No,
like while we're on
he's
the
wondering
road.
if I'm ransacking these broken houses for stuff for our house. No, I'm
for
not.
furniture.
No,
Oh, they have plates. Nice. We needed more plates at the house.
no, that's not what I'm looking for.
The
Not a
shopping
complete
spree.
Uh,
Shopping montage in a small town. He just takes all their shit. Jeez, man.
I mean,
it's like it's a destroyed house. So. Like,
Silver, you and I could do what we do when we get back to town. About what we talked about last game.
Yep. You mean what we talked about during the last couple months?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that'd be fun. We could do that. I also like to think that during that time, you and I developed a thieves' cant between us.
Mhm.
So.
Our own dialect of the thieves' cant.
Mm-hmm. I'm just looking for like little tattered things here and there, possibly. That's all. Got some pocket dirt, some pocket pebbles, Little
pocket stuff.
ragtag. Yeah.
Pocket
I got rope
dagger.
on me already.
Pocket snake.
Is what we normally need for walking
Pocket
through a town.
berserker.
Yeah, pocket berserker.
All right, so see if I can't try to get Mikey's cam back one more time.
I'm gonna have to refresh my page. My whole page is acting like garbage.
No problem. Refresh the page and I'll move you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing because my whole page is acting like garbage too.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys
Roll 20
have both.
itself might just be slammed.
Yeah, possibly. I think what I might start doing, because I noticed like how jumpy my camera's been the last couple games, is moving my camera to the laptop that I actually play on and hope it doesn't like fuck up the game at all, and then just move it back when I'm not streaming, or when I'm streaming.
Yeah,
It might actually perform better
maybe.
with this on Discord. It kind of, I don't know.
So
this
do I
computer
have
doesn't like it.
4 separate cases, or do I have? I'm sorry. Do I have a case of each of those potions with me, or do I have a pint of each of those with me in the bag of holding?
Oh, my bad.
Guys, I finished my pub sub, and I've never been more disappointed.
Folks.
Public sub. Southeastern.
All right, so
Southeastern.
each cask holds 4 pints. So 2 successes of crafting in each type fills one of those casks, and 1 pint is one basically usage.
Oh, 1 pint is usage. Okay, so each cask has 4 uses then.
Yes.
But takes 2 successful crafts to
Yes.
fill up. Right. So after my 3 months, do I have pints on me or do I have casks on me?
You have casks on you.
Sick.
And I'll say you got 6 casks on you.
Well, one of them is definitely the one that I've been drinking all day.
So, with that, get Mikey. Yeah, Mikey, your camera's still blacked out.
Well, I'm not joined up yet.
Ah,
So that's impressive. I don't have anybody's camera.
that's amazingly impressive. Try to reconnect real quick.
Oh my god.
See, it just
Yeah, your
fixes it.
camera now.
There we go. I got you. Sweet. So you guys rest for the first night. No issues, no qualms, no problems. Now, the farther you get away from Stonebriar, the more of a chance you'll actually encounter things. As Stonebriar's guard actually will travel up to 2 days up and down the road. Sometimes they'll even travel up to the riverside, which is why they seem to have issues with the caravans. This isn't the first time someone's tried to pull a fast one, but they didn't go through the route that you guys did.
Okay. Which is the route that they normally go through?
Well, normally they do the route that you're going, but they didn't have the emblems. They didn't actually have the real carts. They went and bought carts and tried to make them look like they were the carts.
Okay.
Whereas you're actually taking supplies, which means they have a guy on the inside knowing the actual supply trade.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Spoiler.
You know, I mean, I'd like to think that since Drazaha was part of this, he would be thinking about this stuff. You know what I mean? When the DM says something like that,
Exactly.
that's his mind.
Unless he's too slow to get it.
He did call himself slower than a horse.
I don't know. John Hall's pretty fast.
Yeah, that was pretty fast, guys.
So,
I mean, he's got really long legs. So.
Yeah.
you guys start off today.
Everybody.
You guys start off today. I need someone to roll an encounter roll.
I'll do it.
Heyo.
Got it.
All
If
right.
anybody's gonna roll a 1, it'll be him.
All right. Second encounter roll for the day.
Am I doing it or someone else?
Got it.
Yeah, do it, because I'm trying to open my character sheet and stuff still.
Silvar.
Yeah, that was gonna happen.
Yep. The new Xanthus. It runs in the family.
When it comes to encounter rolls, yes.
Well,
But then again, you haven't seen me shoot a bow.
This is true. This is very true.
I'll buy a bow. Just for once.
So as you guys are riding along up in the road, because the road itself's not more than 10 foot wide. The carriages are about 6-7 foot wide. You're up in the lead, right, Silvar?
Yep.
You notice that there are 6 horseback riders approaching the caravans, just like you're heading the opposite way, and they kind of step off to the side of the road to allow you guys to pass.
As we are approaching them, what can I see through the raven's eyes as I'm inspecting them?
While you're taking a glance, make a perception check.
All right.
Alright.
Advantage.
Okay.
That doesn't make that much of a difference. 20.
Not really. But you do notice that they're all dragonborn. They are all cloaked and trying to keep basically from sight, and they're heading towards Stonebriar.
Color.
A mix
That took a weird
Mix.
turn.
Okay.
from metallic and chromatic.
I don't see any like religious symbols or anything like that.
None.
Okay.
They are armed, but they do not seem to be hostile.
Okay. I'll hold the earring as we're riding and approaching closer because the raven would see him 100 feet. So I guess as like we're about to approach, I'll say to the rest of the group that has the earrings on, and say that up ahead there's a group of mixed dragonborn trying to keep themselves hidden, and the way that they're riding looks like they're headed back towards Stonebriar, but I don't see anything indicating their faction.
What do you want to do? I reply. Completely sober now, by the way.
Not our business. Keep riding.
You have some water there. What'd you say, Roland?
Not our business. Keep riding.
Okay. I mean, we could ask and see what they're doing.
If you want. I'm in the back of a
Yes.
caravan, so I don't really have a say in the matter.
Alright. Well, that's just my thoughts. I'm just letting everyone know. Draws?
Honestly, I kind of agree with Roland. But
Okay.
once we get closer, I'll be able to. I'm gonna peek through the canvas to see if I can see anything.
Okay. So as you
So-
pass, Drazah, you're in the second carriage, so go ahead and make a
First.
perception check. Oh, first?
I-
Even better.
I'm in the
First carriage
carriage
with me. Yeah, he's in the carriage.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a roll.
So, do you say perception?
Yes.
Okay. You ready for the +0, boys? 5.
Yeah, well,
Nope. They look like robed figures to you, and you're pretty good with it.
You said
Fine
mixed
with
colors,
me.
so metallic and chromatic.
Yeah, mix of metallic and chromatic.
Do I know what colors?
Red, blue,
and
silver, bronze, copper.
And the last one, you said there's 6.
Yeah, I said there's 6. And green.
In green? Okay. Well, I'll adhere to what the group is saying, and we'll just let them pass, because they pulled off to the side.
Mm-hmm. All right. As you continue on, your raven flies back and glances. They continued on their way.
Mm-hmm. Do any of them look back at us as we're riding this way?
Just
As
the
I look
rear
at
horse.
Raven's eyes? Just the rear horse. Okay.
And you also notice that the rear horse looks up and keeps an eye on your bird as well.
Okay.
the horse. The horse knows.
Yes, the horse knows all. No, the dragonborn on the rear horse.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna save
right.
my earring. Just keep an eye. We don't want to be flanked by both parties, the bandits and this group.
How close
Why
are we
not?
riding together?
I think it would be a good time.
I feel like we're fairly close enough.
There's probably about 3 or 4 feet in between the back of the carriage and the front of the next horse.
So am I able to hear?
within a
Draws not talking?
30-foot circle.
No.
Well, you're
No.
in the
'Cause you don't have the
second
earring.
carriage, Sir Vask. You don't have
No,
the earring.
no, I'm just saying, is just my natural hearing that way? Because you can hear
No.
someone that's 4 or 5 feet away.
He's more than
Oh,
4
I
or
see what you're
5.
saying, because he's yeah. You also have to count for the horse distance though too. So there's horse distance plus riding.
And the
horses are
sound of the
making
carriage
noise.
is moving and everything.
Yeah.
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 It's not like they're going. It's more of just a clock.
There are horses though.
Yeah.
Horses
So
are
we're not
clopping,
yelling.
and the road's not just like a paved road, so it is as
Yeah,
it
no,
goes.
I've
like-
ridden through horses on mountain trails.
Could
gravel
you
trails.
say that everybody is within 30 feet of me if I'm in the second carriage?
Yes, everybody is within 30 feet of you. Let me double check that.
And whatchamacallit, Roderick has an earring on too, so we just want to keep an eye on that rear.
Yes, Jordan,
Rear
everybody's
carriage
within
in
30
case.
feet of you.
Okay. Let me set up a spell.
Roger has an earring on. Just want to keep an eye on that rear.
Okay, we'll do. You guys look back behind and you see Roderick standing up in the carriage, just watching behind the. Not even holding on to the reins anymore, just sitting there watching the carriage. Oh crap! Reaches down and grabs it. As you guys come towards the evening, you guys found a place to park all 3 carriages.
Bells, when did you cast that? Like right when we saw the
Yeah.
group, or right after we passed them? Okay, cool.
When he said we don't want to get flanked, I'm just gonna pass. I'm gonna cast this off my
Pass
staff.
perfect.
Nice.
Sweet.
And that'll hide the carriage trails and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gets rid of
Because we're
everything.
riding close enough. Mm-hmm.
As long as you're within 30 feet of me.
We're trying to be the bait. So, oh well.
Not today,
It'll
you're
make
not.
them still
Not
want
right
to
now.
look though. Yeah.
Now we're about to pull off the side of the road and camp.
So,
Oh,
you find a place to park off on the side of the road. You guys stop, set up camp. Erase a day's worth of rations.
Mm-hmm.
And a
Um,
good berry. Anybody else want a good berry? Because if not, I'm gonna
Yeah,
start.
Are there
Yeah,
blueberries?
yeah, Bells, if I could get a good berry,
Oh,
that'd be
now
fantastic.
everybody likes the druid. Okay.
It's not for the berry, it's for the berry wine.
I never said I
alright.
didn't like you, Bells.
Exactly.
Which is exactly
I don't
why,
know where
sir,
you got
don't get
this.
a good berry. You get some of this, and I hand you some obsidian ale.
Like
City in
I
It's a malt,
I
actually.
Oh,
and I
nice.
take a gulp.
You
drink
take a
some of-
gulp.
Uh-huh.
That's the dryad malt is what I named that one.
Oh. Is that one bitter?
No, this one is like nutty, but it's like super strong. It's like he just got snowballed by a fucking acorn.
Oh,
Gross.
Roland, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. You are at
delicious,
advantage
though.
because you're a dwarf. Okay. This actually
Plus
got
5
you
since I'm
pretty
by
damn
draws.
drunk.
That's what I've been drinking all fucking day. All right, I'd like to make another survival check too.
Some dryad malt. All right, go ahead and make
Okay, I
a
was about
survival
to go
check.
to sleep anyways.
Yeah, that'll help take the edge off.
Yeah, you'll be able to go sleep real quick. Getting up might be the problem. 17. You spend about 2 hours looking for it, and you find some common materials.
And I'll
Okay.
do the same spell setup. Alarms around the things, alarms around us, death ward on me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put a Guardian of Faith on the caravan.
All right.
So, the bag of colding, did we decide that that kept the good berries permanently, or it kept them for a month?
Kept them for a month.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take, since I'm about to go to sleep for a few hours, I'm gonna burn a shit ton of charges of good berries, and I'm gonna fill that bag back up.
Great.
What's
We
the
prepped it,
surrounding
boys.
area look like, Timmy, for us where we made camp?
You guys made it to here, just past the mountain's crest.
Okay.
Find a little spot off the little trail. You guys have a campfire or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Love a campfire.
You guys set up a campfire. You take the horses off the carriages, walk them around a bit, and exercise them without pulling all the weight. You guys take up the same watches as you did the night before. Servas, go ahead and roll for evening encounters.
Okay.
I was about to say I'd like to stealth.
Stealth while you sleep.
Well, I have the second one. Yeah, stealth sleep. Yeah, I want to stealth before I go to bed.
I'm gonna step into the plane of shadows, and then I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah.
All right. You guys go through
Wait,
all
shit.
evening with no encounters, no issue thus far, and you guys wake up feeling refreshed. This far out from Stonebriar, you actually start to hear birds, and as if some of the leaves, the branches, and the grass is being rustled by wildlife. Where closer to Stonebriar didn't seem like so.
Okay. Denser forests.
Kaldak is still keeping a distance, but an eye.
What is the distance Kaldaka is keeping?
I would probably say about half a mile.
Half a mile?
Yeah,
So
when
if you
I,
got into combat, Kaldaka wouldn't be helpful at all.
Immediately. Boy, would Kaldaka blindside the fuck out of somebody halfway through combat.
Right?
Yeah. I'd like to point out too that when I sleep, the raven's just like sleeping on my shoulder, like while I'm laying down in the rucksack. He's right there.
I have 4 potions of healing that I want to hand out, just to anyone that needs them, or I'm just gonna leave
Take
them on the
one.
ground. Okay, I have 3 left.
If willing, I'll take one.
Okay.
16 rounds later, Kaldaka comes into combat.
I have 2 more potions of healing, if anyone wants any.
At double speed?
That's at double speed, yes. At 160.
Wow.
80 foot, 80 foot a moment?
Every 6 seconds.
I also have some vials of basilisk blood I'm trying to get rid of.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe he's a little bit closer.
I was gonna say you can give that to Roland.
No, we gotta hold on to those in the bag of colding.
Hold on to those, yeah, in the bag.
Right.
Wait, doesn't Roland have a bag of colding as well, though?
No.
Did you say that out loud, Bells?
Yeah.
Roderick looks up and says, "Wait a minute, you have basilisk's blood?
Yeah, we've been carrying it for a while.
Who doesn't?
I know how to refine that."
How long does it take?
Oh, it would take me a week, but I could take, Depending on how much basilisk blood, I might be able to make 3 or 4 flasks.
Well, we probably don't need to give it to you right now, do we?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So how about healer's kits? Do I need to keep those? I don't know
Sorry.
what
And he just kind of sits back down.
Roderick, it's all right.
We're just trying to clear out this bag. I need some room for some natural remedies. What about these healer's kits? Anybody need some of these?
There was a whole lot of shit that was just randomly taken in there.
Just
Yeah.
Yes,
put
there is.
those
have
into
those
the
to roll in?
caravan. Like,
All right.
just put them in the caravan.
All right, there's kits in there. I'm
What
gonna
else?
pocket this 5 platinum because fuck y'all.
That was yours anyways, I think.
Yeah,
it was.
Since when did Bells care about money?
Since it's in the
Platinum.
way of the bag. I'm trying to keep some things alive here. And I have 58 electrum. Don't know what that is.
I'll carry that.
I bet you would. It's money.
So
Electrum's money.
I'm gonna give this over to Draws and be like, here, buddy.
Get yourself
you
some more fancy
distribute
robes.
this."
I don't know.
Thank you. I'll take the 55 Electrum, whatever.
I don't even know what that is. All right.
He just said it was money.
Mine.
You can buy fancy
Uh,
robes.
I got some gems that I can keep because they don't take much space, and then I already got rid of the silver sword. All right, thanks, lads.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to help.
Wow, I got a bunch of fucking space in here now. I mean, it's full. It's full. No more.
I forgot. Is anyone carrying a extra bow? I know we were carrying a bunch of random stuff.
I have a crossbow.
More arrows. You do have a crossbow? Bolts?
I do.
Oh wait, no, but that's the one you currently use.
You can have it if you want. I can't really use it.
If you're not going to use it, I'll take it.
No, I'm better off with BB.
All right.
All right.
Is this a
well,
regular light crossbow or is this a heavy crossbow? That's what I want to figure out.
It's a light crossbow.
Okay, cool.
So it's 5 pounds, and I have 24 bolts for it. So
Sweet. All right. Grab a dat steps. Thank you, Roland.
okay,
How many bolts do you give him?
24.
give him 24. I don't really need them if I'm not gonna have a
Did you
crossbow.
need some,
and
Sylvester?
plus,
See ya.
I'm better off with the.
Who did we just lose?
Mike again. Lost Mike.
I'm better
Is he
off
still
with
in the
using
game?
the hammer.
Yeah.
Yep, he's still in
I
the game.
figured
Oh,
use it for some
he's
extra
completely
stuff.
gone. Like, PC dropped out crazy.
Okay.
Oh no, I only have 197 and a half pounds free. What will I do with that?
And Mikey's back.
Ew.
Yeah. Sorry, I have to use a short cord for my controller right now, and when I moved, it dropped it again, and then I lose all audio.
Jeez.
It's all good, man. Okay. Now that we're done trading stuff.
Oh, did I miss something?
Oh
No, we're
Roland
just trading
just
stuff.
gave me a crossbow that he's not using a light crossbow, and I got some bolts as well.
I'm ready to move whenever y'all are.
Yep.
Roger, you good to go?
Roderick's like, yep, I'm good. I've got all my stuff. Yes, I'm good. I've got my spells memorized for today, because today we're going to defeat some bandits. All right.
Hopefully.
That's the
Before we head
plan,
out,
right?
I want to go ahead and give a prayer
Yeah.
to Evandria.
It's always the plan.
Yep. And I will go straight to the Raven Queen.
Jokes on y'all already prayed. Wow,
You
wow,
pray when
wow.
the sun's up, I wake. I pray when I'm done waking up. So.
Yeah, true.
Pray whenever we go to travel.
Mikey,
Yep.
can you reconnect?
No. I hit the button and it doesn't do anything, so that's the answer.
Refresh the browser.
Browser.
Hey Jimmy, you should open up the bag of holding real quick.
Oh Lord. Your bag of holding?
Yeah, hang on, let me.
300 pounds of good
300
berries.
pounds of good, yeah, of good berries.
Nope. I did you one better instead. That's 3 months worth of work. Look how much malt is in there.
His bag of colding isn't for holding shit. It's for like all this brewing stuff. That's all it's for now.
It's just pure liquor.
Yeah, it's just liquor. It's just alcohol. You just
Liquor,
put,
I
like,
Is that
already know
pints
alcohol in
or
there.
containers?
That's pints. That's 4 out of 4 is 1 cask. So.
Oh my god.
So you said I have a cask of each, and then I have 157 pints of the malt left.
He just opened it and like poured it in there. So now when he wants to drink, he just takes his bag of colding and just lifts it up. And
He's
thinks
a walking tavern.
the malt.
I basically my bag of holding just looks like a 40 bag.
Nice.
Just drink out of it.
And he's just gonna drink out of it. Yep. Sweet.
I do like the picture that you put to it.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Jesus.
All right, we're good to go on this day if you guys are good.
All right. So you guys head out. Roll encounters for the first part of the day.
I'll do the first one.
Okay. And in that evening, as you guys stroll up through the wilderness, you guys are roughly about an hour or 2 outside of Arun. The area you're at is the same area at which you stopped before entering Arun, where you once found that dead body.
Okay. Is the grave that
Yeah, I was about to say, is the
Bells
grave
put up
still
still there?
No, it is not.
What a
Okay.
bunch of assholes.
So the real question is, are we in my protected land, or do we pass through it during the day?
The protected land is off the road. That way it's not constantly interrupted. You go to the Arun area, and then you head north, and there's a path that'll take you to it.
We should have gone through there. I could have stocked up on supplies.
More so than you already have.
We can get some
Listen,
supplies.
I'm
on
running
the
a
way back.
business here.
I could tell. So, as you guys approach up, you see on the edge of the road before you, Silvar,
Mm-hmm.
you see...
Hang on, work's calling. I gotta take this.
Yep.
All right, well, let's hold off for him.
While we're waiting, then, I would like to do a little bit of role playing with Bells.
Okay.
We're on the
Right
road.
there.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
So, but does Bells have his earring in?
Yes,
Yeah.
Bells does.
Yeah. And
All
he
right,
gets sent
because
to the
we're
whole
in
room.
separate. Because we're in separate caravans. I don't really care. I'm gonna ask him about his brewing stuff.
No, it's great. Yeah. I just want to be able to interject.
So Bells.
Yes, strange boy. Oh, right. Oh, hey, Roland. Hey, what's going on, buddy?
So, how long have you been doing this brewing thing?
I don't know. It started like a couple of days, and then I lost track of some time, and the Dryads had to pull me out of the water. And then I spent some time kind of lost in the wilderness. I think it was wilderness. And I made things, and I can only really remember how to make them when I've been drinking. So it's kind of like a secret to everybody at this point.
Gotcha.
This
So-
sounds really interesting.
I wrote some
Um,
notes down on it so that sober me could remember how to do it at some other point, but I don't know where they are. I think they're back at the Dryad station, to be honest.
So,
would
do
we
you
need to
just
go
like?
back?
No, I just need to get drunk and I can make more. Really, I make potions better when I've been drinking.
Bells, who are you talking to?
Who the fuck are you, strange man? No, I'm just
Say that while
kidding.
still holding
No,
it.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. I was gonna say,
Alright,
if
cool.
you're still saying that, and be like, it's Silvar and Roland?
I'm talking to the voice in my head again.
So,
Okay.
when you go out looking for supplies, is there anything in particular you look for, or is it just random
Yeah, but
stuff?
it's a secret. And for some reason, drunk me never wants to tell sober me what they are. So, to be continued. I do have some of the pretty good ones, I guess. They're kind of okay in my hand here, and I'm like holding the common materials, like looking at them, and I can like describe what they look like, but it's basically like twigs and grass.
Well, I was just curious as I'm actually trained in finding herbs and things like that. I'm also actually trained in brewing.
You're gonna have to get back to me in a couple of pints because I'm not really sure anything right now.
All right,
I'm
fair
not sure
enough.
of
Well,
anything right now.
well,
that
when
is
Drunk
the
Cube
best
comes
suggestion.
back, I'll bring it up again and ask him if he would like help.
Yeah, so like I'm doing okay right now. We're having a pretty good time, but as soon as I can't stand up right, that's the brewing bells.
Now, you have
Okay,
no
Bells.
clue as to where Brewing Bells keeps his notes, do you?
Well, they're not in the alcohol, but I had the bag of coaling, so I don't have them on me. They must be back with my stuff in the lab.
Back in your
Okie dokie, I'm back.
Yeah, out of character. I don't think we've picked names for plants yet.
Okay.
So, as far
Got it.
as sober me is concerned, he doesn't remember, and it's just drunk me that does all the crafting.
Got it. So whenever you go out at night, that's Drunk Bells.
Oh yeah, that's drunk.
Oh,
Bells.
so you're Jackal and Mr. Hyde, but drunk and sober. Sweet.
He did say chapter 2 is going to be interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's
speaking
gonna
of
be
which, we should probably make up some plant names here for the common and uncommon materials and stuff. So
That's
way.
not a problem. We'll get on work on that. I'll mess around with some of it during this week.
So we're still riding during the caravan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just waiting on
You're
John.
in the one behind me or in front of me? I'm
The
in
one
second
behind you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's
Bells,
driving
you are in
that
the
one?
center one.
Roderick is.
Roderick is driving.
Okay. So while that's happening, I'm going to get Roderick's attention and I'm going to throw him a pint of the Dryad malt, and I'm going to tell him to give it to Roland in the back.
You throw a pint.
He said, mm-hmm.
He goes to grab it when you throw it to him, and he stumbles, and as it starts to fall, he chants a spell, and it floats back up to his hand.
Why didn't you just do that in the first place?
He's like,
Kids these days, and I'm gonna like just ignore him and shrink back into the back of the caravan.
Roland, Roderick looks at you and says, "This is from Bells."
Oh, good.
Tosses you a container. And then you see him cast another spell as the rains come from being on the ground out of his reach back up to his hand.
I'm gonna tap the earring and see if I can get it to work. And as I'm drinking, I'm hoping it's actually going to everyone at the same time, and I'm like pounding him in the ear.
Definitely.
Hello? Voices? Hello? Are you there? Roland?
Bells.
Yes,
Roland!
we're here. We're
Bells,
yelling.
Bells?
Really
we got
loud.
you.
Bells.
Hey,
really
Roland.
loud.
I,
Stop yelling.
Bells.
I got
the
you
voices
this,
are
Roland.
here.
Cheers, bud. Damn it, the voices are back. They only stop when I'm asleep. Quick, Roland, drink with me.
And Silvar is like audibly laughing into the into the earring. Like
I'm totally
just laughing at
drinking
Bells.
right now, Bells. Just keep drinking. Glug, 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 glug. That's some good whatever this
I
is.
need a performance check from Roland to see if he can lie to Bells.
Bells is drunk as fuck, so.
Yeah, automatically fail.
Advantage.
Woo! Glad you like it, buddy.
Oh, it's the best. That's okay.
No NBD.
No big deal.
Nobody.
Nobody. Nobody. I'm only arms and legs now. Nobody.
All right.
I'm getting drunk. Nobody.
If you drink that, at least you won't be hungry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
yeah.
currently not hungry anyways, so.
Well,
It's great,
Here.
right?
I'm gonna do this. I want to cast Mage Hand and just hold the reins of the wagon too, kind of like what Roger did. And I want to step into the back with bells.
okay.
While we're riding, you know, I kind of like passively glance around. How shaky is the fucking wagon that he's having holding
Chauffeur
with Mage
guy.
Hand?
If you're here, is there another you out there?
Jimmy, how shaky is the wagon? Like, I'm looking around and I turn back and I see
Well,
that fucking Servastus
basically
is
the
there.
horses are just following the lead horse.
Okay.
So if you stop, then the horse behind you are probably going to stop, because this is not a fresh horse. I mean, these horses have been doing this for a long time. The main bit is to steer them and guide them as other people are on the road.
Okay.
But he's using Mage Hand, so the reins are being held up, just like Roderick had to use Mage Hand to pick the reins back up from catching the little flask that Bells tossed at him and he dropped. So Vask, you climbing back with Bells?
Yes. Mr. Bells, I haven't had the pleasure of actually sitting down and talking with you.
Why did your accent change? How fucking black am I? Weren't you a Russian before?
What's a Russian?
Oh. What is the Russian? No.
We should be a Russian. We gotta get back to the Summer Solstice Festival. Gotta be a Russian.
Sorry, I've had a couple drinks and I forgot that I was actually doing that.
Just like Bells.
Yeah. I just gotta think of how to say that word. You know, screw it. I'm just gonna skip that word. So,
Who are you talking
where
to?
are you from? You.
Oh.
We are the only ones that are here. Are we not?
From the woods, you know. And
Just-
parents?
What's with the country music?
What the fuck are you talking about?
That wasn't my accent, so I'm asking kids. You had like some sort of like country like bar music going on.
It was called Drunken Music.
You horse whisperer guy. There's too much fifth wall breaking here, so I'm not really sure what's happening.
Okay. So just any part of the woods?
North-ish.
How far to north?
A little bit further than a walk. A little bit not further than not walking.
So below Ash Shatter's gates, I believe. Right?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good, man. Hang on a second. I got something to do. I'll be right back, guy. And I walk towards the end of the fucking carriage thing, and I just like down an entire pint. And then I'm just like standing there wobbling on the edge, about to fall out of the back.
Hey, is Drunk Bells there yet? It's been like 5 minutes.
What, Roland? Hey, man!
Is this Drunk?
You're drunk, Bells.
Definitely not.
Oh, I guess that is me then. Hey, there's some weird guy with a weird accent asking me questions, and I'm uncomfortable. Can I come back with you?
Yeah, sure, I guess. If you can make it across the caravan.
All right, we're gonna try. Jimmy, acrobatics check. All right. So in Bells' mind, he did a graceful jump front flip, landed on the horse, and then did a jump flip past into the wagon next to Roland. All right, narrator, tell us how Bells actually got in the wagon.
So as Bells jumps, and his nice robes that he once had on catches the edge of the caravan, he hangs down and dangles there for a little bit upside down as he swings with the motion being drunk, still trying to continue to drink. Falls off the carriage, stands back up, dodging out of the way of the horse that almost stepped on him, getting run over and smacked by the next carriage. He puts his arm and slowly climbs his way up drunkenly into the carriage and falls down next to Roland.
Roll it. Roll it.
Hey, buddy.
Roll it. Hey,
buddy.
hey, roll it. And I like grab your arm and roll it. Did you see that? Like, whoo! Did you see that?
Yeah.
Dang, that was some kind of like championship stuff there. This.
Yep. You're
Hey,
super
man.
cool, buddy.
Um,
Real cool. Just.
how did I get here? Were you in the cart behind me?
Anyways, Drunk Bells.
Yes, at your service.
I was talking to Sober Bells earlier. You know, the not fun one?
Yeah, that guy's a putz.
And he was saying that he doesn't know how to do any of the brewing stuff. Or
Oh
what
my
he
god, he
needs.
doesn't know
That's
how to
all
do
you.
anything. Whew. Like before I came around, that dude was like turning into animals and stuff and getting punched by ogres and like fucking attacked by random things, and like he was a scorpion once and like was like missing attacks, and it was honestly a shame. But now we're good. How can I help you, Sir Roland?
I was actually going to see if I could help you with your brewing stuff.
Well, of course you can. Unfortunately, all of my stuff is back at the lair, which for some reason he calls a lab, but lair is so much more cool. But yeah, it's back in the Dryad lair. So we're past the sanctuary.
Lair.
Yeah, it's in the Dryad sanctuary. It's where all my stuff is.
Gotcha. So we could probably hit there on the way back.
I don't think we have time to stop by before your solstice. And like as Bells is talking, like Drunk Bells is talking, he's like no longer swaying. He's like standing perfectly still, even though the carriage is moving. And he's like focused to like an extreme extent, like on this conversation. He is like there.
He is there. He's in it.
All right. Well, I can't help with like the brewing stuff, but I can help you with finding the ingredients you need for now.
Okay. So that guy just never remembers anything. All right, this
Right.
is the exact plants we're looking for. Okay, and then I explained to you the 4 different types of plants that we need, in order of which one's preferred, and then which one is easier to find but makes less quality beverages. Also, the malt is an ongoing thing that we're working on, so that specifically we could help turn it maybe into something stronger.
So
But
all
I
this
need
is
you to
you
drink
being
it.
said like over the earring, correct?
No, he's in
the caravan, the carriage. He did this
Oh,
graceful
okay.
super flip from one carriage to the next and
Oh,
landed it
nice.
like Matrix style. But in reality, that was, of course, his mind.
It was actually him falling out of the caravan, getting out of the caravan, and then him crawling into it.
Nice.
Yeah, so anyway, the malt, I need you to, if you want to help, you're going to have to drink this and try it, and then you're going to have to mess with the formula some, and I'm going to explain to you how I make the Dryad malt. And I'll take a few minutes to just tell him the quick, simple things and get that over with, and what he needs, and the secret ingredient of that is obviously the good berries. And there you go. That's everything.
Okay, that was a lot of information, so it's probably
And it
gonna
was
take me a
incredibly scientific and detailed.
little bit. Are you actually drunk?
I'm Drunk Bells. That is my name.
I can't tell.
Who's going?
Mike.
Okay.
And with that, the caravan comes to a screeching stop.
I fall the fuck down. Like,
Dun, dun, dun.
like out
Okay,
the
yeah,
front of Not the caravan.
Yeah, definitely junk bells.
God, my head hurts.
You, Silvar, you pulled back on the reins hard as a tree fell right in front of the caravan across the road. From out the other side, you see two thugs with crossbows aimed at you, and another guy, a little bit bigger, with a scimitar that's on fire, says, he looks up at you, we's gonna be taking these from you.
Reaction when falling out to fall on my staff and just cast Pass Without Trace on myself.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, invisible.
And with that, due to Mikey being on the phone with work and he might be a while, we're going to come to an early close for our first episode tonight.
Nice.
To everybody who has come, thank you. Catch us next Saturday, and we will ensue the combat with the bandits as they were just stopped.
Ayo.
Everyone who followed, thank you very much. And with that,
Shout out to all mustache bandits that were hanging out. Thank you guys for coming by.
catch you guys next Saturday.